feel uncomfortable or like it's a job.
Hello, people. I hit the clip button by accident, so we've got a random clip there. Welcome to Wednesday evening D&D. Well, actually, no, not Wednesday evening. Christ, I'm way out. Sunday evening, Vampire. So this will be our inaugural episode of the Blood and Belief Chronicle of our homebrew Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition. So just a quick couple of bits and pieces before we get started. Obviously, this is our very first time playing Vampire the Masquerade, with the exception of Magic, who will be popping in occasionally to help us out. The rest of us have virtually no knowledge of at all of Vampire the Masquerade. So this is our version of it. This will be an interpretation at times of the rules. So if you do know the rules and something stands out to you as not exactly like the rule book, please don't yell it out in the chat, as this is obviously just something we use in the rules as a guideline, and we're playing it as it sort of suits our story. So unless it's something groundbreaking and you think we should know, then by all means, but just easier not to. Makes it nice and safe for us. I will be not running any music or any background music or anything today, as I didn't really prep anything for it. Couldn't really find anything suitable. I could potentially just run a background copyright-free soundtrack, which I possibly will do, just run on Spotify. So only I will be able to hear it, and the viewers. I may look at doing something for Roll20 for next session, just to still got something running in the background, give us a little bit of ambient music for the Chronicle. So it'll more likely be, again, copyright-free rock/metal of sorts. Also, too, just a quick disclaimer. Obviously, this is a horror setting. It is obviously Vampire Masquerade, so there will be general depictions of violence and all manner of creepy things. If you are easily offended, well, not so much easily offended, if you're easily grossed out, this may not be the right Chronicle for you to watch, but you've been warned. There will be a spam going through, giving a disclaimer. Obviously, we have the parental advisory on the overlay, plus there'll be a spam going through in the chat. Also, two guys, exclamation point players in the chat will give you the players, the player name, the character name, and the clans. Thank you, Trashman. We do have labels under all of our names, and the clan logos, but if you're not sure of what the clan logos mean, or the clan sigils, that list there will give you the main characters and their clans, just so that you're aware. Obviously, we have no extension for D&D Beyond or anything like this. It's all done completely separate of that, so that'll just give you an idea. What does it mean? You will find out throughout the course of the story, hopefully, Drax. But it'll also give you something to Google if you really want to. You can have a Google of the clans if you want to get some information about the different clans. Just a quick introduction around the cast and storyteller. I mean, you know all of us already. Obviously, our storyteller for this particular chronicle is going to be Orbasm, aka Baz, that dude over there. He will be our storyteller / GM / DM, man in control, god, whoever you want to call him. Next to me on this side on the overlay is Mr. Trashman. You all know Trash. Then next over is Yanti. Down below me here is Mr. Sadiq. And over in the bottom corner there is Mr. Grimm. As I say, you guys know most of us through other channels and through our other games as well. So without further ado, I'm going to put some music on Spotify just for the chat. It'll be a copyright-free playlist, so we don't have to worry about that. And I'll come up with something for Roll20 for next week. But we're going to turn over to our storyteller for the start of this Vampire the Masquerade session.
Cheers. Righto, here goes. Just recap on what Sean said. Greetings and welcome, everyone, to this, which will be our Vampire the Masquerade story. This will be a tale of blood-sucking debauchery, where we find ourselves in Australia in the state of Victoria. Dusk is settling over this area of Melbourne, creeping over the busy streets and picking up where the day left it off. You guys can hear the noise of traffic becoming chaotic as bars begin to hum with the sound of tuning guitars, tapping drums. Dance clubs begin to fill as the pulsing heartbeat sounds of the electronic bass vibrate through the nearby buildings. You'd notice colourful lights and strobing effects that can be seen flashing from the tinted windows of the strip clubs, inviting those with enough cash to come for a peek. Finally, the rich and the powerful gather in their luxurious lounge rooms, sipping expensive wines and indulging in their lavish feasts. Of course, our focus is on one particular street in the Northcote area. It's conveniently, about a block away from Northcote Cemetery. One of those deep drum and bass tones can be heard just beneath the constant drone of the traffic as you can see taxis pulling over on the side of the road to let out their patrons. A good bulk of people are lining up outside a vibrant club, like a bar or a club, I guess. Definitely a club. It's painted in purples and reds with a rainbow of lights that strobe over, sort of poking out the windows. And you can see out the front of this club a couple of burly bouncers standing by whilst there's a massive herd of people lining up behind a black tape sort of barricade. And they're eagerly awaiting to enter one of the most popular places of this city, the Rave Yard. However, a few doors down is a much darker multi-story building with more black-tinted, ominous, reflective windows. It's far less active. Two large, dark, handsome-looking guards in black suits stand patiently by aluminium and glass double doors. The doors open and a man exits. He's holding a black clipboard. He gazes back and forth, he gazes back and forth as he's looking at the hectic, active streets. The guards acknowledge him. Evening, Mr. Spencer. And Evil, can you describe Mr. Spencer and tell us a bit about yourself, please?
As Mr. Spencer exits this building, holding his clipboard, he, like you said, he looks around, looking for his intended guests, acknowledges the two of his employees standing opposite the gate, and he is just under 6 feet tall, reasonably solidly built, pale of skin as you would expect for a person of his nature. Short to mid-length, dark hair, clean-shaven. You would not see him at this point. He is rather heavily tattooed, but tonight he is a little bit more formally dressed than he normally is. He's still wearing his trademark black jeans, motorcycle-style black boots, but this time he's wearing a black dinner jacket, but underneath just a long-sleeve black t-shirt. That is formal as he gets.
Good-o. You check out your list. You can see you've ticked off quite a few of the invitees. You're still missing a few. You've spent a lot of time on that list. You've memorised. They all come with pre-embrace pictures to go along with the invitee's description. It's possible now that you can see one in the line down the street. He's at the incorrect building. He's lined up amongst the Rave Yard queue. He looks very awkward and very out of place. Looking through your bit of paperwork, you can see he fits the description of one Peregrine Elliott. He's about 200, 300 metres from your position.
So, before heading in his direction, I'll just talk to these guys at the door a little bit too. No one's making it inside without the appropriate searching. Speaking to the guys at the door. Oh no, Baz has died. No!
He's in Torpor.
It's in Torpor. The storyteller has vanished. He should be back, hopefully. He might have had an outage.
Don't tell me he's having this internet issue again.
I don't think it's out. I think he might have suffered a catastrophic failure. I will have a text in a second, no doubt. Bear with us, guys. Technological difficulties, as usually we have with these kind of shows. It had to happen on the very first one, didn't it? If he's had a power outage, it'll be funny as hell.
See? It happens to everyone.
I'm not the only one.
I'll just chuck him a text, see what's happened. You died. Bear with us, guys. I'm just going to chuck a text, see what's happened. That's about the only explanation I can have is either had a power outage or his computer's just died. So yeah.
He has a very badass look on his face, though.
He does.
It's pretty cool.
I was thinking, shit, my guy's angry with me for some reason. So,
It kind of does look like you're about to be stabbed.
yeah. It's not good. So be with us, guys. It appears our storyteller has fallen off the face of the planet. We should return very shortly. I could just about use the general D&D music for this too, but I think I'll find something a little bit more appropriate, a little bit more modern. But hopefully he shall return. Bit more nine. No, he's back.
Sorry, computer just completely shat its pants. I don't know why. It's never done that before. Not like that. It's that curse of running a game, right?
I know, right? It just the inaugural episode always got to have something fail.
Unbelievable.
Right, so we're back. You all good?
Just give me a few seconds to get up what I need to get up. So
Amen.
yeah, you saw Peregrine on.
Yeah, saw Peregrine, and I was just about to speak to the dudes on the doors as well.
Got his gold. You can talk to you guys at the doors, sweet.
Before heading off, I seem to make some adjustment to your camera.
Hope that doesn't happen again. I don't know what that was.
That was a little odd. You need to move a little to your right on your camera. Just the loss center. On your touch. A bit better. So yeah, I just basically said to the guys on the door, asking, has everyone been checked before entering the building?
Yeah, so you can see that they're holding light edition scanners. They're not fancy. They're just sort of a metal detection sort of weird sort of scenario. And the first one, Simmons, he's the one who spoke to you initially out the door, and he says, yes, Mr. Spencer, we've been checking everyone, that no one's been too bad so far, and there's also the two guards with the dogs inside to catch the cell phones and cameras when this...
Right. I just spied someone on my list. I'll be back. Just carry on.
Gold. No worries, sir. See you then.
So I'll make a beeline for Mr. Peregrine.
Okay. Peregrine, you're looking at the invite in your hands. You can... It's a general invite for what you... I guess it's the size of a wedding invitation. And it's a general... you can see it's been printed multiple times, I guess. It looks like it's been used and used, but it's penned with a very nice, delicate calligraphy and sort of fine gold on a glossy card. It states that you're invited to Melbourne's local prestigious business ball, and you just can't help but get the feeling you've lined up at the wrong door. There's a lot of people here, and you're kind of stuck in the middle of a line now, and you can't get out. There's people pushing in front, pushing behind you. You know the Sheriff Marco, and he told you to be at this ball. He wants you to be at this business ball. Mr. Elliott, can you describe yourself before Mr. Spencer comes towards you? Thanks.
So you see a very nervous looking gentleman. Looks about his 30s, beard, pretty much what you can see on that camera. Nicely dressed in dress pants and a shirt that he has obviously tried to iron but has not succeeded. And he's just looking around. He's like, this this has got to be the place. I don't know. But he just sort of stands there and looks around for someone to get him out.
Mr. Elliot,
Ah,
I think you might be in the wrong queue. Follow me if you would.
okay. He just
Forgive
sort
me,
of
my name is
slowly-
Mr. Spencer. I have belief that you have an invitation to a particular meeting.
Yes, yeah, here, yeah. It's not here then.
You hang on to that. Just follow me, please.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys head back towards the original building that Mr. Spencer came
I
from.
lead him to the guards at the door, and they'll obviously step in front with the wands
Yeah,
and stopping you at the door.
Exactly. They open the door for you, Mr. Spencer, and both guards, Peregrine, they sort of hold your arms up and they wave these wands, one at each side of your leg, sort of between your legs, and it makes that sort of noise. They scan over. Are you holding any items on you that would come up on a metal detector?
No.
So they give you a good once over, and he's good, sir. He can go in.
Please follow me.
Yes.
All right. The door's open to a medium sort of lit building. Inside is a long, wide corridor. I say wide, it's probably about 5 meters wide. It's a big sort of foyer area, I guess. There's a couple of small desks here and there with posters or like leaflets of other groups that maybe have held balls or something, or parties in this sort of area. And when I say balls and parties, I'm not talking like your general average Joe slams a 21st in here. This is upper class. This is one of the most upper class buildings you've ever set foot in, Pip. It's on the ground is a really thick, lush royal blue carpet with sort of smooth, swirly golden designs. And where you sort of look up and the roof is really high. The ceiling itself, the great crystal chandeliers that hang from it are really, I guess you could say, ominous looking, because if they come down, it's all over. But they just spread a soft white light throughout the space. There's a few people in front of you sort of mulling around the foyer area, but they're heading up to the next doorway. A couple of people as you pass Jackson, they sort of, g'day, Mr. Spencer, how's it going? You can see they know who you are.
He probably won't say anything. He'll just nod in acknowledgement.
There's gold. And as you guys pass a few of these people, you come to a large staircase, which is aligned with two wooden banisters, massive wooden banisters that run up the side. They're very ornate and hand carved, and they lead up about 7 or 8 meters. They just go up to a large set of double doors. Double doors are really fancy as well. They've got sort of gold and crystal handles with more of these sort of gold swirl elaborate carvings to match the carpet. And it's right at this point, there's a couple of people ahead of you guys, and you can see there's 2 guards here. The doors are open, but the 2 guards sort of stand on each side of the frame of the door. These guards have dogs. One has an Alsatian, the other one looks to have a dingo. There's a table next to each of these guards on each side, and on that table is just some small boxes and it's like almost like sticker tapes, like you'd stick a label on someone and say, "Hey, my name is," but it looks like in these boxes are the odd small camera, small cell phone. The dingo sort of paws up at one man's pants in front, and the guard next to the dingo reaches forward. Aaron, would you describe yourself as Mr. Spencer and Mr. Elliot are heading up to the stairs towards you? You've just found someone with a cell phone in his pocket.
So you'd see a bald-haired individual with a beard, big, like, long biker beard, basically. Tattoos down both arms. Lot of rings, big chunky rings on his hands. Well built, about 6'3", tall. You step up and go, which one has the phone?
It's a couple. There's a couple just ahead of Jackson, Spencer, and Pip. a man and a woman. She's in a really nice looking sort of ball gown, and he's just in a regular tuxedo, and your dingo's just pouring at his pants lightly, nothing major.
Yeah.
And the man's sort of like, oh, whoops, I forgot it. And he pulls out a little cell phone.
Yeah, I just hand over the box and say, "You'll get it on your return."
Yep. And that's what the stickers are for, to pop a name on there, and he gives you his name.
Excellent. So I write the name down, stick it across the back of the phone, turn it off, stick it in the box.
Good as gold. Jackson, it's at this point, looking at your list, you know that you've pretty much got everyone. There's a couple of latecomers, but as you come through the doors past Aaron and his opposite guard, you would know that it's time for them to close up these doors and set the internal patrols. So it's up to you what you say here.
Mr. Tomic, mind running a search? Mr. Elliot, could you please give up any electronic devices to Mr. Tomic here?
Of course, yeah. And he grabs his phone out and sort of awkwardly puts it in the box.
Do the same thing, turn the phone off, put the sticker on the back, write his name, stick it in the box, shut and lock the box.
Right, I think we're about ready to seal the doors whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
Sweet. So the two guards.
You want it sealed from this side or the other side?
This side, I have men on the outside that will deal with that.
Okay.
You will need to remain indoors also, if you please.
So the other guard with the Alsatian will remain at the door. If anyone has to knock, he can let them in. That's fine. Cool. So inside the building, inside this place where we've just shut the doors to, is a large open speaking area. More of the same blue carpet. Very mingled smells of fine perfumes, maybe fine wines, hard to tell. The people sort of rocking around in here are holding glasses, and there are waiters and waitresses with platters. And you will know it's probably a bit of a show more than anything. Pip, this is probably something a bit more extravagant for you. You've probably not seen much like this before, I imagine.
No.
So the smell of the perfume is very, it just wafts really hard for you. Once again, more of the large crystal chandeliers above, but this area is much higher. There's as you look down the room, there's a stage near the rear, and then if you look up, there's almost like a large balcony it's like it's a theatre almost, but not quite. It's got a large balcony that overlooks this floor, and then above that is another balcony that overlooks that floor, and it steps back, almost like a grandstand. It steps back so that the first balcony to see over the second balcony and so forth. There are people up in those balcony areas, and there's people down here mingling on the floor. And over on the stage, you can see there's like a large lectern in the centre of that stage. Many, many glamorous evening gowns and tailored suits sort of mill about, and there's chatter. Everything that can be viewed here is really just a charade. It's to look as though you're all partaking in the mediocrities of mortals. Should the wrong person see, which hopefully they don't. Over by the stage area, two men are talking. The first is about 6'2". He's got curly, sort of shoulder-length black hair and a full beard. He's in a black suit, very tight-fitting, but it has a dark red shirt, and the suit has red trims, like very sort of light red cuffs and collars. He's very Jim Morrison meets Jesus, if you can put that together. Most of you know him to be Sheriff Marco. He's a man not to be trifled with, and you would probably all know that as well. He looks to the man next to him and says, "I wish to catch up with you after this meeting, Zane. I would like to go over some bank accounts, social media, and bits and pieces we need altered and deleted for one of our newly embraced. Zane, would you describe yourself for us and then give your answer to Sheriff Marco, thanks?" You are muted.
Bane's a mute.
Okay, we'll start again. Average height, about 5'4". Slim build, not too muscly. Hair, a bit like Justin Bieberish style, over the eyes, hanging down a bit. And that's about it. Oh, and a trench coat.
Sweet full trench.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stylish, of course.
And so Marco's just basically asked you about deleting and altering some accounts, social media of one of the newly embraced. He says, "Is that good? Does that meet your abilities?"
Yeah. Do you want more? I can do more. No?
We'll start with that, but I'll need to catch you after for the details. We'll wait to
Okay.
this ball is over. Give it a couple of hours. I'll catch back up with you.
Yep.
I feel you should probably mingle. I know this is not normally your place, Zane, but I see Mr. Spencer. I believe that's Pip Elliott over there with him. That'd be your cup of tea. Probably Pip would be your cup of tea. Feel free to go and chat.
Okay, if you say so.
As you wander over, there's a piano playing now. There's a grand white piano up on one of the side stages. It's reached sort of the end of one melodic tune, and it'd be old school sounding, really. Could be Bach, could be Beethoven, who knows. It's just one of those sort of soft background piano numbers. But he reaches the end of that piece and sort of starts another classical piece. You watch as you're heading over to Pip's area. That Sheriff Marco heads over to the pianist and he says something to him as he continues to play. You guys can interact if you would wish.
Would I know Zane? I'd probably have an acquaintance with him, I would imagine.
Completely up to you guys. More than likely.
I mean, if he's obviously if he's had dealings within this arena with that, I've probably had some dealings with him security wise. Probably don't know him too well, but I'd probably ignore him when you first come over, to be honest.
Sweet.
I'd be more looking around, looking for making sure that the people that I know that are supposed to be here for this particular reason are here. So I'd be looking for the others on the list. Probably not really paying attention to who's approaching.
Yeah, that's good. You're seeing, like I say, you've ticked through your list. You're seeing most of who you've got. There are a couple missing, but they're going to have to knock on that door and the guard's going to have to check them at the time. And with a bit of luck, they don't interrupt anyone important. All right, no one else wants to talk. Zane, Pip, you guys are happy?
Who are you?
Oh.
I know you.
Zane. Zane, this is Mr. Elliott. You two would probably get on quite famously.
We would? Why?
You'll see.
What? Oh, okay.
Don't go far. Grab a drink.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey.
Maybe. What? What'd you say? No.
I wouldn't worry about it. It's fine.
What? You don't drink? What? Why? What?
Pip's going to turn around.
Right as you turn around, a woman, tied blonde hair, holding a tray up quite high. It's got 4 champagne-looking glasses, but they're full of a very dark red liquid. She wanders through and says, "Drink."
Yes.
She holds the tray towards you.
And he looks busy, but often he's not looking. He's busy.
And with that, I reach around and grab one too.
Sweet. Okay, you guys both grab a drink. If you drink it, you would notice that it is definitely what you're expecting. It is not wine. It is not bubbly juice of any description. It is warm to the touch of the lips. It tastes like, if you were to compare good blood like a good alcohol, it tastes like the cheapest version you can get. It's not fresh off a body. It's definitely, they've been keeping it warm, keeping it nice enough to keep you guys, happy. It ain't going to cure any wounds anytime soon, is what I'm saying. But it's enough to make the Masquerade look the part. And you guys awkwardly sip your drinks together. Aaron, you're doing the circuit of the building with your dingo on the outskirts. There's the same sort of thing. There's a lot of people mingling amongst each other, the waiters and waitresses coming through. You notice there's a couple of people mulling around one particular area closer to the stage. It's by Sheriff Marco, where he was talking to the piano person or the piano player. Looks like maybe the man's got a bit of a bulge in his pocket, and it's not the type of bulge the woman wants to be seeing either. There's maybe a device there. Your dog's noticing it too. He's sort of pawing at your leg, giving you that obvious, hey, I've noticed something. Gives a bit of a whimper almost, or a whine, whatever the dingo would do.
I look down and I go, Munro, check, and point at the guy.
Okay.
Which that would make her actually run across and start sniffing.
She goes straight over to him, gives him a sniff, and just paws at his leg, exactly like she did with the guy at the door originally.
I'll come up behind the gentleman and say, excuse me, you were meant to hand over all technology before entering.
Oh, I'm sorry, I handed over my phone and my camera.
My companion here is saying otherwise.
He looks a little awkward, and then he sort of sighs, pulls a small phone out of his pocket, turns it off in front of you and says, "You're right, I forgot about my secondary one. It's business, one for home, one for business. I'm so sorry." And he hands it to you.
And your name?
It's Timothy. It's Timothy Walton.
Okay. And I go, all right, pull out a sticker, stick it on the back, Timothy Walton, ×2. And on the way out, I accidentally crush it a little bit too much.
Good stuff. Yeah, Timothy doesn't even notice. He sees you write his name on. He sort of sighs, and he goes back to his little drink, talking to the lady that was next to him. And yeah, I imagine he'll be pretty unhappy about that, which is your plan. Good. And you continue your patrol of the area. Is there anything else you'd like to do in that interim?
No, just keep on walking around, checking.
Cool.
During the course of the checks too, I would be making periodic radio checks to all security, asking for reports on perimeter interior.
Sweet.
As well.
The sheriff has specifically asked for no radio chatter in this room. If you do any radio, it'd have to be out that door, so you'd have to pop back out the side door to radio them, but that's fine.
100%.
The room is continuously alive with chatter, and it just, when you're in any sort of place, a bar, or where there's going to be a band and there's a group of people, and it seems to just get louder as they talk and louder as they talk, and no one's really shouting, but it just feels like it. You're getting that chatter now. Several groups have formed, and it's just like the old high school days. You've got, and you guys would know it because you're all in clans. You've got one clan over here, another clan over here, a coterie. You're seeing that the people who are mingling with their kind or their friends. And there's a sort of long ornate bar over near the stage area, or just back from it, say 20, 30 meters back from it. A large circle of kindred is formed. Questions and statements have been sort of casually tossed around with not much time for whoever's receiving them to answer. One woman says, "So when's the next one due?" And then another shouts out, "Is that dress you're wearing modelled off the one she danced in?" And then another says, "When are you going to start a new series? I'm quite enjoying this one." And then you sort of get a mix of, "Oh, I love that mix of how you put in the reality and the non-fiction. It works so perfectly." And this focus of this circle, it's a conversation aimed at one particular female. She's sort of gazing around the room, taking in the splendor of the balconies and kind of looking for a way out. Echo, can you describe yourself and tell us a bit about what you look like this evening before you give any answers?
Echo is a slim, tall-looking, graceful creature with red hair, green eyes. She's wearing a low-cut, backless, green velvet dress with strappy heels, and she seems to be looking for her assistant, who is supposed to get her a drink, and trying to dodge all these questions, and says, yes, well, the existential crisis that he goes through in book 3 will be more relevant in book 8, which comes out next summer. But have anyone seen my assistant? And she's kind of like looking around desperately.
Yeah. You spot your assistant not too far away, over by one of the drink trays. The assistants do have, and obviously the +1s that aren't full kindred do have altar things to drink and eat. So there are trays of hors d'oeuvres and things going around, and that's where your assistant is, over by one of those areas, mingling with other assistants.
And that is what I'm doing. I'm answering questions and waiting my time, biding my time.
Does Jackson notice the awkwardness of this group as he's scanning the room, doing his rounds?
Anyone, Aaron, Jackson, everyone would. I mean, probably not so much Zane and Pip, I guess, because they're probably having their own awkward moment. But if you're close enough to this, yes, you would. I would say you would.
I mean, I'd say both Aaron and myself would be scanning the room constantly, as that's what our job is. So
yeah, Aaron would be on the opposite side of the room. You're probably closer to Echo at this point.
If I'd noticed that she was being a little mobbed and looking uncomfortable, I would probably approach and literally walk directly up to her, kind of rudely pushing through some of these people, and just simply, Miss Monroe, a moment, if you would.
Oh, yes. Excuse me 1 minute, and I walk over
and I
with
would
him.
basically hold out an arm so she could take my arm and take her towards a drinks tray, and just quietly lean in as we walk over to the drinks tray. Looked like you needed a little help.
Thank you. I get it often, but some nights it's just, you just need a little break. What was your name again?
Jackson Spencer.
Oh.
I'm head of security here.
Oh, well, nice to meet you.
And likewise, I've read many of your books.
Oh.
Interesting.
Well, it's not everyone's cup of tea, but...
hiding in plain sight.
Exactly.
Ingenious.
Yeah. Closest to the truth you can get, right?
Of course.
So
drinks, and I'm sure we're going to have other entertainment later, perhaps. Enjoy your evening.
Thank you.
And then I'll leave her and continue.
Sweet. It's actually really good timing because right as you've sort of pulled her away from this awkward group, the group that's sort of making a big deal, you've finished your conversation, and right as you do, the lights dim down. The whole room, the chandeliers sort of dim right off, and the whole room goes not black. And for most of you, it's not an issue anyway. It's just for, a bit of theatrics. The stage lights brighten right over that lectern, and the voices of the crowd quieten down, and the pianist fades off. Sheriff Marco strolls sort of really confidently onto the stage.
And at that moment, I turn to Pip. Oh, I like this part. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
What?
He strolls onto the stage. You can see he's about to address the audience. There is no microphone here. It's just a standard lectern. There doesn't seem to be speakers around the room. Everything seems very simple, but his voice carries when he speaks. And he addresses the large audience that just instantly hushes because they know the perils if they don't. And he says, "Welcome, one and all. You have been invited here this evening because you are the most successful workers amongst us. You are held in great respect within all of our circles and domains, and it is at these gatherings we find ourselves able to make new acquaintances, talk new deals, and generally keep notified of what is going on among our kindred peers. It is my pleasure, however, to announce that we actually have a guest speaker tonight. Most of you weren't expecting anyone extra, but this is someone you will all know, or at least have heard of. Someone who really needs no introduction. Tonight, my kindred family, I wish you to put your hands together for our prince, Mr. Leslie Taylor." And he begins to clap, and he steps back from the lectern. All the crowd sort of claps along. It's almost like an uproar, like the band's just come on stage. He bows, and two guards first step up into the light that's sort of breaching the stage. After the two guards, then the prince, Mr. Taylor, up in the centre of them, steps to the lectern. Then there's two more guards to his left and right rear, and then one final guard right at the back of him. Those who know the prince, whether they know him well or not, they know that this is his coterie, and he always has them with him. They're all dressed in, I would say, old school gangster type suits and hats. They remove their hats as they step up to the lectern. You can see they are carrying there is some equipment under their coats. Prince, well, Mr. Taylor, would you like to give us a bit of a description of yourself before you address these kindred of Melbourne?
Sure. Prince Leslie Taylor is about 5'6", about the size of a jockey, a little bit stocky, clean shaven, blue eyes. As mentioned earlier, just dressed in 1930s sort of gangster gear. So, the fedora type style hat, trench coat, and well-dressed pants and shirt. But as he walks up to the lectern and gazes over the crowd, he removes his hat and gives it to one of the coterie to the side of him, and steps up and places his hands on the lectern. You and I, yes, you and I, my kindred, we are the heart. We pump the blood, the vitae into Melbourne's veins. It is you and I, ladies and gentlemen, that share in the rewards when everything in our domain is turning like gears of an expensive pocket watch. It is you and I, my barons and baronesses, who will push into the surrounding territories that are controlled by our enemies and grow our own domains. And once again, it is you and I, the business owners, the landowners, and the hard-working kindred that strive to keep this masquerade as it has been for thousands of years, so that we may continue until the end of time itself, if need be. Leslie then gazes over the crowd, listening to all the silence, and he just takes a bit of a pause for a moment. And then his voice is raised slightly when he begins to speak again. So tell me, why is there talk of distance and traitors in the ranks, and why are they ASIS probing our business because of careless feeding? The Anarchs now control Port Melbourne, Fisherman's Bend, Flemington, Parkville, and South Yarra. This is undeniably unacceptable. And why have the Sabat pushed into Carlton? Are you and I allowing them to kill our barons and take away our domain? And then there's a little bit more sternness and forcefulness to his voice. You and I are seen to be weak now that the shapeshifters live in our parks. It is you and I who lose control of business and control of the domains when the Anarch invade our borders. And overall, it's you and I that share the dangers of the clanless and the thin bloods exposing us to the world. And I will not tolerate it on my land. And he lets out a large sigh and slightly pauses. I have instructed Sheriff Marco, and points towards the sheriff, to put together a group of hounds. They will investigate our cumulative problems, and I will see who controls who. Once I know the root of these transgressions, I can further decide what to do. Because it seems that even though you and I are all meant to run Melbourne together, it is only I that loses my position when it all goes to hell. Well, I will not stand for it. The appointed hounds will be my eyes, ears, arms, and legs. Aid them to the best of your abilities and give them the answers they require, and do not hinder their progression. Those who defy me will meet their final death. But those who stick with me, you and I, we will regain Melbourne. We will continue to share in its riches and power, satisfying our ambitions. I will make you all the envy of all of those who choose otherwise. And then he looks over the crowd,
They
listening.
all,
And
the
then
entire audience just explodes and clapping and call out.
Echo, I would like to clink my rings against my glass, and which is the universal symbol for a toast. And I'm going to be completely moved by this moment and say, I know it's a bit nostalgic, but I think such a speech deserves a toast to the Prince Taylor of Melbourne. May the city flourish under your reign, to your highness. And I want to raise my glass higher than the rest because I want him to notice me.
And the audience repeats what you're doing too. They're lifting their glasses.
To your highness. And then I raise.
Everyone sort of, hey, to your highness. And there's a clinking of glasses as now the guards behind you, Prince Taylor, start to walk away. First the rear guard, then the next two. And you turn and the two guards near you turn. But right at that point, Jackson, Aaron, you both spotted something, a flash of light. Did the house lights brighten? Does someone have a UV lamp? That is not cool. No, something hits the floor right in front of the stage. And it hits with a metal clink. Even though it's on carpet, something inside it rattles. Tink, tink. It's shiny. And there's a Sheriff Marco right there with a couple of kindred next to him. It sort of looks like the size of an orange and it flops open. And this is all happening really quick. It sprays something and then ignites. Boom, fire, like an explosion without the noise. Guards sort of rush. Marco rushes to try and cover the prince. What are you guys doing?
Jackson would probably move in the same direction, directly for the prince.
Okay.
So where am I?
So you'd be about 20 meters from the front of the stage. So Jackson was on the left, you would be on the right.
And
Where's the exit from here?
The exit is about 100 or so meters to the rear of the stage. So the stage is at one end, the exit is at the other.
I would send Munro towards the exit, and then I would head towards Evil's bloke to ask him
Towards Jackson. Yep.
what he wants me to do.
Okay, and as you head towards him, fire's ignited over Sheriff Marco and the two kindred that were next to him. They've covered the prince. Leslie, you're good. Your men have hunkered around you, and they're dragging you off the back of this. Not dragging you, but they're sort of shielding you and moving to the back of the stage where you know you have a special door to go to an office.
So
did we get out there?
Yeah, did we see where the object came from?
You would, yes, it would have come for an upper balcony.
Upper balcony?
One of the two balconies above.
So as I'm charging towards the prince, seeing the prince is okay, I would be attempting to tackle the sheriff to get him on the ground to start rolling him up. And
Cool.
in that process, I'm assuming if Aaron is coming towards me, I'm just going to just balcony, and I'll be charging for the sheriff.
I take it me and Pip are near the bar, yeah?
So yeah, I'll just go around the room.
Yep.
So Zane, yep, you guys are both near the bar, exactly. You would have seen this go off about sort of 20 to 30 meters from you. That's, like I say, this is a huge room. Sudden bright ball of light and fire.
With that, I would have jumped over the bar and just huddled into a ball.
Okay. Pip, what will you do?
That's not supposed to happen. Where did you go? And he just start looking for Zane.
Using rapid reflexes too, by the way.
Yep, I'll get back to you too, because you guys are right in the sort of fire zone. So, Echo, what would you be doing at this point? And you would have been sort of about 20 meters back as well.
If I see them pointing at the balcony and I hear balcony, I'm going to try and help and head for the balcony.
Okay, sweet. It's not too hard. There's where the entrance was, where you guys first came through the door. There's stairways up to the balcony. But however, Jackson and Aaron, you guys are closest to fire. And if you're heading, Aaron, if you're heading towards Jackson, if you're jumping on the sheriff, that would be, I believe, we'll call that a rouse check for each of you close to fire to see how.
Rouse checks.
opposed
How do
are.
we do rouse checks? Just with a blood
So
die,
that-
is it?
Your red dice.
Yeah, red dice.
Just a single red die?
I believe it's just a single red die check, and you just don't
Yep.
want to you don't want to fail. You want to.
I got the.
Success.
You want
Success.
6 and above for a success.
Yeah, I got the Ankh with fangs. So
So what does that mean?
It's
Upward
bestial.
fangs.
it's a success, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sweet,
Yeah.
sweet.
It's
Okay.
like
Critical.
a
Like
critical
a-
success.
It's like
critical
critical success.
Right. Sorry, I'm using normal D10, so
I-
that
I-
would be a 10, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you could say I rolled a natural 20.
Yeah.
Critical success.
Jackson, how did you go?
Just a success.
Success, sweet. So 2 successes, good. No fuss. The fire's an annoyance, but it's not presenting the beast in either of you tonight. You're calm in a sort of a room of chaos, which it is. All the rest of the guests are in chaos. No kindred love fire. They are backing away and squealing, and you'd think they'd be composed, but they are not. They are just like that crazy herd of humans you guys deal with on a daily basis.
Is there a fire extinguisher nearby?
Funny you should ask. Yes, there is.
Well, I'll grab that and turf it towards the sheriff. At the same time, activating, what's it bloody called? The eyes of the beast, and looking along the top. Because if it's in all darkness, I'll be able to see
Yes.
properly in it.
So it's not in total darkness. The spotlight over the stage is still there, but yes, that gives you pure, reasonable vision in the dark. So, and there's no check for that, I believe. So that's cool.
Yeah, no, it's free.
Jackson, what were you activating?
Rapid reflexes, which is also free. So basically, just gives me the ability to react instantly.
Sweet. So you do exactly that. Aaron, you're looking up the top. You're seeing same sort of deal. People are chaos up there. They're coming down the stairs. They're trying to get away from there, which is hindering anyone trying to get up the stairs. You are spraying. You're spraying the fire extinguisher, or you're just getting it over to them
No, I would have thrown it at
Jackson.
Jackson
Yep.
and said, "Here, extinguisher,"
Cool.
and then started.
So
along
Jackson,
the
you're
top,
rapid.
Try to find.
So with
someone.
rapid reflexes, I dare say I
Catch it
would have
easy.
been able to catch it and use it.
Cool. So Jackson, you catch that fire extinguisher. Aaron, you're headed for the stairs. Jackson, using this extinguisher.
Yes.
Okay, so there's 3 kindred in front of you, and you jumped on Sheriff Marco. The other 2 are still squealing in pain. Are you still worrying about Sheriff?
Sheriff would be priority, 100%.
Sweet.
Make
He is
sure
on
he's
fire, so
make sure he's
sure he
out.
knows.
Yeah, so he'd be the first target to make sure he's out, and then I'd
Cool.
sort of with whatever remains in the extinguisher move to the other 2. But ultimately, they're not overly important to me at this point.
Excellent. No, and it's no hassle. You know how to use a fire extinguisher. Security training, you have it all the time, and you just give them a really good low and slow sort of back and forth blast to get their base of those flames, and you get them out within seconds. You turn to the other 2, and it's sort of not as good of an extinguisher as it maybe could have been.
There are
you get a
tables
little bit
nearby
on-
with tablecloths? Is that a
No,
curiosity?
so there's no tables. No,
No tables. So there's no tables with hors d'oeuvres. They were just being carried around by trays.
they were on the bar. There's like a
Okay.
long bar, and that has the hors d'oeuvres that the waiters and waitresses carry. There's
Curtains
all
on the
standing
stage?
space. Sorry.
Curtains on the stage.
Yes, curtains on the stage. There are big, long, gold curtains
Yeah.
that match the carpet.
I'd try and rip down one of those curtains, and because they're big, heavy material. So
Yeah, absolutely.
try and drop that on those guys, get them out.
Yep, they are
Sheriff's
like
safe,
bed
so
curtains, so they're
yeah.
going to be linked up there pretty good.
So what role
We'll
would
get you to
you?
do a strength athletics.
Strength and athletics.
After this, I'm going to come over to the others and see what's going on. here, too.
Where is my athletics? 5. Place one of those little blood die because I am always that hunger one.
Sweet.
So that would be 3 successes.
No worries. So yeah, that little bit of extra supernatural strength in your blood, and pop, 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 you just pop that curtain down like it's nothing, like it's a shower curtain. Any normal person would have struggled, but you pop it off, no hassle. You're getting it down onto the
Yeah, just the dudes that are on fire just to help smother the flame.
sweet. Prince Taylor, your guys have taking you to the back of the stage, they tap a couple of buttons on a hidden keypad in the wall. The only bit of technology in this room that you know yourself, it opens a door to like a safe room. Is anything you'd be doing or saying at this point? Sorry, Magic, Prince Taylor?
Sorry, there was someone at the door.
Oh,
Sorry.
no worries.
Yeah, that was just there. Sorry, what was that?
So your guys have just hit a keypad at the wall at the back of the stage. It's like an open space, not a panic room, but it's a safe space that you know you can get into in case of emergencies like this, like a fire. Is there anything you would like to be saying or doing before you head into this room?
Oh, well, I mean, Taylor is going to be absolutely fuming. He's going to be completely pissed off. He's going to be swearing like a absolute sailor at what's going on.
Yep.
He is visibly angry and upset that something like this is happening, well, not only in his presence but on his own territory. So
Absolutely understandable.
just get everybody in here now.
Sweet. Jackson, you'd hear that as you're, because this is sort of happening as you're doing your thing. And by get everybody in here, he's meaning get your hounds in here, basically lock the building down. You don't want people leaving. This is a crime scene now. I'll leave you with that for a second. Zane, you dive behind the bar when the fire went off. What are you doing?
So I cautiously get up and go, is it safe?
You can see people rushing around. You see Aaron heading up the stairs. You can see Jackson sort of spraying the fire extinguisher on the sheriff, and then the fire extinguisher runs out. It doesn't look safe. It looks chaotic.
Yeah, safe is not the word I would use.
Yeah, you're standing by the bar still.
Okay. Wait.
Wait
just
for what?
What happened?
There was a thing went off in the middle of the floor. Not usual then.
Nope, definitely not usual.
Should we be doing something?
I don't know. You tell me. I don't.
Uh,
I do computers.
Oh,
What do you mean? Oh,
we're completely fucked.
yeah, I'll go with that one too.
I think they're going out the back. Should we go?
Were we called?
Not at this point.
Yeah.
You weren't called anywhere, so you can go and do what you want.
Some
Yeah,
very
I'm
angry shouting over there.
I'm staying here.
That sounds like an alright plan.
You two would turn around and see the guard at the doorway with the Alsatian that was next to Aaron originally has shut the doors, and he has locked them, and he is standing there with his broad shoulders and big arms crossed, and his dog is growling at anyone who comes near. Echo,
Jackson would have definitely got on the radio saying, "Lock this place down. No one in or out."
Absolutely, yeah, and they would do that anyway. The word got around really fast, but yeah, they hear it. You get the answer back, yes, sir, understood. On our way. Echo, you're heading for the stairwell, one of two stairwells on the sides of the rooms. You can take either.
I'm going up to the balconies and sipping on my wine still, looking around, seeing, does anyone look particularly suspicious is what I'm looking for.
You are pushing through a wave of people too that are trying to come down, looking for suspicious. Give me a intelligence awareness.
Okay. 3 successes.
Good eye. Yeah, so it is tricky to tell, but you do see movement in the opposite direction at where there's sort of the two balconies converge. There's like a staircase that you're going to hit the top of, and then there's another staircase, and there's people heading that way, more than one. Hard to say if it's suspicious, but they're definitely heading the opposite way of the rest of the cowering crowd. At this stage too, because Aaron's coming up the stairs on the opposite side, Echo and Aaron, you both hear like a small blast, like and maybe a window smash. Aaron, I'll rain over to you first.
Do I know what direction that came from?
definitely the second balcony, no doubt.
So I'm on. So there's like 2 levels of balcony.
Correct. Yeah. It's like grandstands back. You go up one staircase, and then there's one balcony with a big standing area. Then there's a second staircase to the second.
How far up would the second one be?
It's a lot shorter. It's only about 10 meters to traverse the staircase of the second balcony.
From where I am, I'd jump straight up to try to, get there instead of trying to find the stairs to go up the stairs.
Sweet. Oh, so you've got quite a big jump on you.
Let's see.
I would give you a strength athletics. Just anyone, if you think you can think of a better thing to roll for it, just let me know. But strength athletics.
Yeah, I'll do that. That's a
Seems
pretty
legit.
good call. 1, 2, 3, 5 successes.
Yeah, easy does. Yeah, you get that noise and you're like, man, I know where that is, and you just pounce. Almost like, I'm sort of imagining like the Hulk on his bouncy legs here, straight up to that second balcony, and you land, and yep, no doubt. The windows in here are all black tinted, and they're all the old school bulletproof, very thick, like thicker than a matchbox style windows. Everything on the outside is mirrored, everything on the inside is tinted, and there's one busted wide open here. There's scorch marks on the wall. Someone's blown it open with some sort of probably an explosive device, not a grenade, but something maybe more homemade than that, but more.
Do I see anyone?
With your vision at the moment, no. Whatever happened, you heard the noise, they must have gone out the window then. Looking out the window?
Yeah, run up to the window and look out.
Okay. Down at street level, a couple of shadows disappearing around the corner.
How far away?
It'd be, so street level's like, say 3 stories down. They would be at 100 meters from you now.
Crap. They're fast suckers.
They are.
Yeah. No. I don't have a radio or anything, do I?
You do.
Would.
Jackson has given you a radio. You've just been given the basically the instruction was to only use it outside of the area, but you would think that this is probably an okay time to use it.
I'd stick my head outside the window and say, and go, just seen 3 figures?
2 that you saw.
Yeah, 2 figures running down and point, say the street, if I know what the street would be.
Yeah, good as gold. So I haven't got street names on hand. My map's not in front of me, but that's fine. You would know that.
Jackson would probably reply. Did you give a distance, roughly?
Yeah, I'd say they're hoofing it about 100 meters. Just turn right down Blah Street.
Jackson would then say, "Stand down, protect the prince."
At this stage too, Jackson, the sheriff is standing up, brushing himself off, and you can see he's got a massive scar up one side of his face. It's burned some of his hair. The right ear is very munted looking, and one of his eyes is almost melted out of its socket. It does not look pretty, and he just says, "God damn it! Get everyone over at that corner wall. I don't want anyone leaving this damn building. You," and he points at Zane. He can see over by the bar, and Peregrine. He goes, you, Jackson, your man with the dingo. Get him over here as well. I want these guys. Anyone up on that balcony, get him down. I don't want anyone up there. I want everyone on this floor.
Jackson would relay that to Aaron. Everyone down to the main ballroom.
He says, get your guards holding everyone there, and I want, and he sort of motions to Pip and Zane and that again. I want all in my office this minute. We're going to get this sorted. And he sees Echo up the stairwell, and he says, her too. Get her down here. I want her in my office too. And he storms over to his office as you guys are organising this. Jackson, over to you.
I would collect everyone. Mr. Riviera, Mr. Elliott, please follow me. The sheriff wishes to see us all. And I would then obviously would have radioed to Aaron to get him to come down, and sheriff wants to see us in his office. Bring Miss Monroe with you, if you please.
Echo, you're at the base of that at the top of that second balcony, as Aaron's walking away, you don't see him, but you were trying to follow the couple of people you saw. You wouldn't have seen them leave the window after you heard that smash unless you rushed to that space.
Probably not. So I don't see anyone except him leaving.
No, you see, so you basically see a guard leaving, walking down the other stairwell again. What's your plans here? No one has called for you just yet.
I probably just follow the guard at a distance to see what's going on, because if I didn't see or hear anything up above and no one's around, I'll probably just follow back down at a distance.
No worries. The guards themselves have cornered everyone to the far end of the room, along with the original entrance where Aaron was waiting with the dingo. The rest of you, you would see Jackson as Echo comes down the stairs, sort of not too far behind Aaron.
And I would gather everyone before heading to the office.
Sweet.
While he's doing that, can I have my laptop now? Can I? Can I have my laptop?
No, you cannot.
Oh, come on, my laptop. I can help. My laptop.
We will see what the sheriff has to say.
How about my phone? My phone. I can use my phone.
I will punch you. Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
It's at this time the sprinklers finally activate in the building.
So much for modern technology.
About a minute has passed, and they obviously didn't get enough smoke to them because of the high ceiling space. Yeah, modern technology. It's only this room, thankfully. You guys headed into the sheriff's office, I take it.
I mean, I'd be sort of ushering everyone in as much as I could, with Aaron's help and Mr. Dingo. And I'm assuming I would know the dingo's name if I'm working with him.
Yeah, it's Monroe.
Monroe. Right.
Sorry, Aaron, too, I forgot to mention that you would have seen a rappel line hanging out the window down the wall.
Ah.
It may have changed things.
That may have changed things. So I'm sitting there going,
It's a big jump.
building. I'm not jumping down that.
Yeah, I did note skimming, my bad. But just so you know, if you wanted to take it, pick it up, whatever, you could have done so.
No, I'd leave it there and point it out to Jackson when I get close enough, saying that they had a rappel line already set up on the outside of the building.
So they knew the layout, so something we have to take into consideration when we speak to the sheriff. Possibly someone from the inside.
Have you had any work done on the building in the past week?
Not me. I mean, we could ask the sheriff. I've basically, security's as normal for this building, always has been. Nothing too modern as per the prince's request.
What? No cameras? Wow.
No cameras. No cameras.
No cameras. Really?
No cell phones. No laptops.
Not inside, but there will be cameras on the outside.
There are cameras on the exterior.
Yeah, but at the same time, if they were kindred, doesn't necessarily mean that they would show up.
If they were not kindred, I'm pretty certain they would have been discovered in this room. Considering the amount of kindred in this room.
And at the same time, the speed that they moved at, I don't think they could have been mortals.
Yeah, you would know, Aaron, exactly that. They were moving at a pretty crazy rate. You would only something that you yourself or some of your clan could probably do.
Yeah. They were moving. They were giving it a good clip. So
we'll definitely check the security footage, but we should go speak to the sheriff. He's not a patient man.
And just before you wandered to the sheriff's office, you noticed the two kindred under the curtain that you pulled down to put the fire out have not moved. All five of you are standing around this lump of gold curtain that's smouldering on the ground. Now that the sprinklers are putting it out.
I'll pull it back. Just also check them.
It looks like they got the worst of the blast. Whatever spray, some sort of accelerant, it was all over them, and they are charred. You can see the bones on one of them.
Does it give off any scent apart from the obvious
yeah,
scent of charred flesh?
it's,
I'm gonna ask Monroe to smell it, so that if we come across that again, she'll know it.
okay. It's even to your own noses, it's pretty obvious. It's definitely some sort of, it could be either lighter fluid or meth, spirits, something like that. It's got that real familiar smell about it. But yes, Monroe, the dingo, she'd
Definite
do
accelerant.
exactly as you ask.
Can I have a look at the gadget? The
Yeah, absolutely. The gadget itself is in pieces on the floor.
If he goes to touch it, I'll step in and throw him back from the device.
Yeah,
You
100%.
do that.
It's a 662, which led to a 363.37.
what?
What?
Never
The fuck?
mind. Sorry.
Don't touch
Have
that. I mean, it's evidence.
I want to look at it.
Don't touch it. We'll get to that.
Okay.
Right now, we need to talk to the fucking prince. Let's the sheriff.
Okay.
If we're not there soon, he's going to come looking for us, and that ain't going to be good.
Yeah, he's probably having something to eat right now anyway.
Possibly, but if he has to come looking for us, someone might lose their head, literally.
Your
Carry on.
dog's name is Monroe. You hear from behind you because I'm looking at my dress that's wet.
Yeah, you're all wet. Yeah.
So, I don't really care that I'm wet, but I turn around
Neither
and
does Jackson.
when I first see Echo, my blush of life fades and I'm pitch white. And I go, huh, that explains some things.
And I just stop dead or dead in my tracks.
They do. Right, sheriff's office. Follow me.
Sweet. So this has all happened pretty quickly. It's
Yeah.
probably been about a minute, maybe. It's not too long. You guys head into the sheriff's office. Pretty quiet, sort of hidden away office to the side of the stage. You roll in there and you can see the sheriff inside. As you walk in, it's dim light in here. It's a large office. It's got a solid desk at the back end of it. More of those tinted glass windows, but you can see he's drawn curtains over them anyway. There's a couple of chairs around the room, and there's a row of chairs sat in front of his desk. And there's a figure standing in the shadow, more than one figure actually standing in the shadows beside the sheriff. And on the opposite side of these figures is a large black blanket covering something up. And he says, "Right, take a seat, all of you. I see we're a couple short. What happened to the two that were beside me?"
I believe they didn't make it, sir.
Shit!
They were right next to the blast.
I was supposed to be getting 7 hounds, and they were 2 of them. This is fucking bullshit. You'll have to do. All right, sit down.
Jackson remained standing.
He walks
I
around.
go
Sorry.
find the most comfortable seat and kick back, and then have the dog, curl up near my feet.
Pip trips over himself trying to get a seat.
I sit down trying to find a computer or something electronic.
Yeah, the closest thing to an electronic device here is a lamp. There is nothing in this office that looks electronic.
One point of interest, I'm gonna give that second phone to Jackson and say, we might want to have a little bit of a conversation with this gentleman.
Good call.
I'll take that. I'll acknowledge the sheriff with it as well. Potential witness. I'll take care of it.
Can I have a look at that? Can I
And I put it in my pocket.
But-
Inside my jacket pocket.
yeah, okay.
Time and a place, Rivera.
Sheriff Marco
This is not
walks
the
around.
time nor the place.
He walks to the back of his desk as you talk, pulls out the chair behind the desk and says, "Prince Taylor, if you will." And out of the shadows, the figures you saw, Prince Taylor's already standing in the back of this room. You would know, Leslie, that your safe haven also backed onto this office, and you've come through to talk with the sheriff in the interim about what he's doing. He has been speaking to you back and forth before he called this group in. You know his plans to have some hounds to basically have a look into what your speech was about, but your discussions in the last 2 minutes have been mostly about finding out what the fuck just happened. You are definitely safe in this room. This is another room similar to the one you went to. It's like a safe room, but it's not a runaway, get away from it room. It's just safe for kindred. Prince Marco pulls a chair out for you. He does not sit in it himself, and he says, "Sir, if you would like to take a seat while I address my hounds, or would you like to address the hounds?"
First of all, Taylor's going to have a look at Marco and see if there's anything visibly any harm to him.
He has taken substantial damage. It is, what's the word we use here?
Aggravated damage.
Aggravated damage.
Yeah.
He has taken a fair amount of aggravated damage. He's holding his composure very well. You know he has abilities to do that.
So he can sort of see.
Yeah,
He's sort of, and he just looks at the chair that's in front of him, and he just puts his hands down and he just smashes and splinters the chair into a million pieces. And then he looks at Aaron and said, "You fucking comfortable there, mate?"
What?
This is no place to be comfortable in my presence. You all right, Marco? Don't bullshit me. Don't bullshit me.
Fair enough, sir. I'm pretty fucked up.
Get this man some blood now.
Jackson, you can radio one of your guards to do that. I'm happy for you to use your radio now. Just get something in here for me.
So
And he walks over to where Marco is and just puts his hand on his shoulder and whispers in, "Thank you," and then allows Jackson to do what he needs to do before he speaks again.
can we get some blood into the sheriff's office ASAP?
Yep, the reply comes through. Yep, 10-4, we've got 6 guards here on the people at the door. Do you want us to do anything with the people all by the door? There's like 200 people here, sir.
Lock it down, hold them. I'll let you know.
Yeah, some of them are wanting to use their skills, so we might say, to bust through. They're talking about it. Are we authorized to use force?
One moment. Prince Taylor, seems that your guests are a little upset and flustered, wanting to leave, threatening violence. Do my officers have permission to restrain if necessary?
They're upset. They are upset.
Tell me about it.
You tell your boys to do whatever the fuck they need to do to keep this building locked down until everything is sorted. And if they do not like it, whatever force is necessary can be taken. You have my full authority on that. Is that clear?
100%. Fuck them up if they try to leave.
Affirmative, sir. I'll get Johnson to get the automatic weapons.
Let's get that blood in here. Stat.
Yeah, on its way. Should be there shortly. And no sooner does the radio click off, there's a knock at the door, and one of your men walks in with, and he's just got one of the trays off the bench, just still full of blood that the caterers were using, and he brings in, there's like 6 glasses, chocker of it. Marco.
Okay.
I'll just set it down on the desk.
Yep. We'll fucking get him, Marco. We'll fucking get him.
We will, sir. That's exactly...
Final death is not going to be acceptable. I want whoever these bastards are, I want them in my presence, bound, staked, and then when we unstake the bastard, we're going to make him into a blood angel. And then we're going to
Agreed.
stick him out at the end of the city. And we're going to let the sunlight do its duties. We're going to watch that motherfucker burn. All motherfuckers, I do not care. You will do whatever it takes to make this right. Fucking unacceptable. God fucking damn it, Marco.
Sorry, sir. We thought we had everything checked and covered. I do have a job for... these are my hounds. Mr. Prince Taylor, my prince. You can see he's flustered. He's not only hurt, but he's just disappointed that something's happened right at your, this time that you've chosen. And he just says, these are my hounds. These are who I've chosen. A couple of them I sort of chose on the spot because I've lost two, but...
Responsibility's mine. Security was my responsibility here. Right.
I want your best man to find out what happened, how this happened in this building.
I already have a lead, sir, and I'm going to get my hounds onto it as soon as we can. I do appreciate you coming in and trusting me, and I'm glad I stopped anything further from happening to you. Apologies, sir. Do you want me to call for your car?
We will go with this car soon, once you're healed. I'm not leaving you, my friend.
Thank you, sir. And he starts drinking a couple of the wines, and he says, right, so, Jackson, I'm going to have to get you to... And I say wines, it's the blood wine glasses. That was a Freudian slip. Jackson, I'm going to have to get you to... And these, Zane, Echo, Pip, and Aaron, you guys are going to have to question everyone here before they can leave. I don't want anyone unquestioned. I'm going to go over to the next room with our prince, and we're going to leave this in your hands. I have a present for you in the corner. Start with that one. And Sheriff Marco says, my prince, if you would like to follow me, and he goes through the side door in the back room.
Just a moment, Marco.
Yes.
You just make sure you're looking after yourself, and he turns to the group. He's saying, these are the hounds.
They are.
These are going to be my eyes, my ears, my arms and legs.
They will be, yes, sir.
If Marco trusts you guys to be the hounds, I trust his judgment. I trust me. I will not accept anything other than full finding of what the hell happened, who did this. I don't care how far you have to dig, how far you have to go. You will bring these perpetrator or perpetrators here to me, and I will deal with them.
Rest assured that I will not rest until we find these fuckers.
You fucking better well should. You know what we expect.
Well, they'll be staked and torpid, ready for whatever you wish, my prince.
You will wait, my friend. And the rest of you can enjoy the show.
It would bring me great pleasure to help you in any way I can, Prince.
Do you have any questions before we go? Now's the time to ask before I have to make sure my mate here is taken care of.
Only one question from me. Any means necessary?
Any means necessary. I want this sorted. You know who I am. You know how I rule. They crossed the line. They crossed a big fucking line. They want a piece of me. They're fucking cowards. Couldn't even meet me face to fucking face. They had to use some little bomb. They had to make some noise. They made the wrong noise. They're messing with the wrong guy. This is my house. This is my land. This is my fucking city.
Are you quite sure your way to your safe houses is secure and no one's going to be following you? Perhaps maybe take a different surprise them tonight.
Yeah.
Prince, one of your coterie steps up, one of your closest friends, and he just says, "Oh, I've got that covered, sir."
Good man. I know. That's why you're my boys. We've been through a lot. Now, if there's no other questions, Marco, you're right to walk.
Yes, sir. I'm good. I'm feeling better. You can see he's down one glass and he's ready to hit the next. He says, "I want you to question him over there," and he points to the blanket again. "And I'll be back in about half an hour after I talk with the prince myself. Don't kill this one just yet." And he heads through the door.
And the prince says, as he's about to walk out, he turns around and says, "Don't fail me, otherwise you'll regret this." And he walks out, closing the door, slamming the door behind him.
Yes, you guys hear that audible slam. You can tell the prince, and you know from the years he has been the Prince of Melbourne, he does not put up with anything. He does not like anyone contesting him, and he has put down many an enemy on his own, and with his own hands. He doesn't even rely on hounds or scourges very often. He normally just puts them down himself. But he is a little shaken that it happened basically in his own house.
What's close by where Jackson's standing? Probably standing towards the corner of the desk. Anything relatively solid-ish heavy?
There's a couple of lamps on the desk, like a pen holder. The nameplate that says Marco Kane, and that is pretty much it. Nothing. Oh, like a paperweight, like a glass. There's like a glass see-through box that sits on top of paper. That's about.
Jackson's just going to pick up that
size.
paperweight and just hiff it at the wall, hard as he can, right next to wherever this sheet is hanging over someone.
Yep.
And just audibly, "Fuck!"
Yeah, you guys see this glass paperweight dent the wall, drop off, hit the ground.
Can I have the phone now, please? Maybe the phone?
No, Zane.
Jackson will probably get right into Zane's face, grab him by the scruff of his neck and said, "Enough with the fucking phone."
But I can help. I can open.
And then drop him back into his seat and walk over to wherever the sheet is and just pull the sheet off.
The sheet's in a darkened corner. It's pretty lightless there. You pull the sheet off right instantly.
Yep.
Underneath the sheet, you can see a man. He seems to be unconscious at this point. He's tied to a chair. The chair's solid. It's like a steel chair, not like one of those chair. His arms are tied to the arms of the chair. His waist, back, and neck. The only reason you can tell he is unconscious is because his head is hanging.
Okay.
The rest of you, he's in the dark too much to see unless you're like Aaron with the sight.
I'll drag him out into the light. Just drag the chair
forward over the carpet.
Yeah.
Yep. Just now in full view in the soft light of the room, you can all see this guy's face is swollen hard on one side. There's blood sort of pouring out of one eye. When I say pouring, it's been pouring. It's sort of caked there now. Looks like he's been there for a few hours.
Human or kindred? Can we tell?
Kindred could tell kindred. Can they not? I cannot remember.
I'm assuming so. I'm assuming human would be kindred would be able to tell human
the smell
at the
of
very
the
least.
blood, for sure.
The smell of blood, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Magic. Yeah, so you can. Yeah, it's not a human. This is definitely kindred. Definitely kindred. He's sorry.
Someone's been working this guy over.
How do we know this is the guy?
I don't think this is the guy because he's in here when that shit out there happened.
Looking at this fellow too, he's
How's he dressed?
in a suit, just like everyone else. He looks more like a caterer almost. He's almost Asianish looking by the eye that isn't swollen. You can see he's got some sort of Asian descent in him. Not fully, just a little. It's quite tanned in the skin for a kindred. He's he's about 5'6". Looks to be sort of somewhere in his 40s or 50s at a quick glance. Like I say, he still seems to be unconscious. You can see in the front of his suit jacket a bit of blood, and you can see there's something stuck right into that heart area, a small metal something.
Are any of the other guards that have probably tied him in the room that I can question, or?
You guys are the only ones in the
We're
room
here.
now since Taylor and Marco left.
I lean forward to him and say, "Can you speak?"
He doesn't move. He seems to be out.
Why would
I remove what he was in his chest.
Okay, you pull out a long silver pen. Someone stabbed him right through the heart with a pen. It's the general size of a standard pen. It's very fancy motifs in that. Looks to be matching some of the others in the little pen holder on the desk. As you do, the man sort of moves just a tad, sort of moves his head. He's tied there pretty solidly. Eiko, were you saying something?
I was just asking the group, did anyone see anyone else suspicious? Because I thought people were running up the balcony, not the caterers saw other people.
No, the bar looked all right from where I was.
I was focused on Marco and the others. I didn't see anyone on the balcony. Aaron, you said you saw people running. Did you see them up close at all? Get any kind of description?
No, like by the time I got to the second floor, they must have already gotten to the third floor and then went out the window. So I never actually got to see them.
Shit.
But I don't understand why they've pegged this guy.
Anyone else suspicious tonight in the crowd?
We
Well,
have
there
the
was-
cell phone.
Yeah, there was one gentleman that somehow got through the security checks.
May I please look at the cell phone?
Why? Do you know something we don't?
You're slightly obsessed, Dane, aren't you?
Well,
I hack things.
yeah, the rumors that I've heard about him are true. He might be able to get something off that phone.
Where you said you were talking about a laptop before. Aaron, do you know where his laptop is? Is it with the rest of the?
Yeah, Zane, did you bring your laptop to this and get it taken off you at the front?
Yes, I would have. Yes.
Yep.
Let's-
So
let's-
it's in one of
Let's
the
just
boxes.
say some individual others are having some fun with it at the present moment.
No, what? No.
My-
They better not break it. No.
At
This
this
is-
stage, Marco, the door opens to the side room again, and Sheriff Marco walks back in. And this will be a good time to take a quick break because being the first game, we're probably going to run till close to 10. So
Sweet as.
if that's
Cheers,
all good with everyone, we'll
guys.
just have a
Break
quick and get
time.
back to questioning shortly.
I think I found some music on tabletop audio that suits. So I will
I'll
add
be
that.
right back.
I will add that
Make
to
yourself-
Roll20 at some point. Probably, definitely for next session. So. All right, guys, chat. We're going to be right back. We're going to take a 5-minute break. Don't go anywhere. Grab a drink. Go to the potty or all those cool bits and pieces. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. We are back.
Yes, welcome back. If we're all good.
Yo, chat, what's up?
You don't want to ask the chat some questions or anything?
Well,
Evil
we
first?
might as well, have a bit of a chin wag before we get started. So, chat, hope you guys are enjoying yourself. Chicken, what's up? Mina, everybody in the chat, welcome to the show. The first part has transpired and has been a rather interesting start to our story. Exclamation point players in the chat will give you a list of the characters and clans and who is playing them. Also, 2 channel points, guys. We do have channel points available for the VTM, which is, if you look in channel points, there'll be a little vampire face there, 2,000 and 5,000. So 2,000 channel points will give a player of your choice a chance to add a single die to the very next dice roll. Whatever check they're making, you can add a single black die to that roll. And we also have a willpower at 5,000 channel points, which is limited 1 per person and only 5 for the entire session for that night. So you can do a maximum of 5, but you can give a player of your choice a willpower roll, a free willpower roll. So again, just on the very next check, if they need to roll a willpower, they'll get that willpower check for free. So those are the 2 channel points availabilities for the VTM. Keep that in mind when you're saving up channel points. If you want to help out your favorite vampire, those are bits and chickens in there on already. Make sure you list your particular character as well when you redeem it, so we know who it's going to. And he gives it to the storyteller. I don't think the storyteller has a willpower roll, unless he's playing another kindred.
But his characters do.
Yeah, the big bad.
All right, we're gonna have to ban roasted chicken from the channel. Jokes, mods, jokes.
I mean, something could always happen to Adok. I mean, come on.
Well, this is true.
I was gonna say, they never say anything bad about it when it goes to DM on a Strad night. Eh? You know, you'll take those, but
Oh, 100%. I'll take them on a Strad night, 100%. All right, so Daynordum needs to be checked. Why does he need to be checked? Oh, he's been doing it too.
Yeah, Daynordum
Take away.
The DM.
He does.
To the players. You always give the DM.
He's the culprit for Strad. Trashy's the culprit for Icefire, for DM inspirations and such. Now we've got roasted for the VTM. Yeah, so welcome, guys. Hope you enjoy the show. This is session 1, and without any further ado, we should return to our story.
right. So you guys were just uncovered this man, this part Asian-looking man was stuck to or tied to the chair. You took some sort of metal piece out of his heart, which turned out to be a pen. Sheriff Marco just walks back in the door, still sipping on another, probably his 3rd glass of the blood by now. His face is going to take a while to heal. It's not going to be instant, but he is definitely taking that blood in as much as he can.
I look at the sheriff and go, like, who is this dude?
Right. He takes a sip and he says, I was here this morning, helping the pianists and all that get set up. Caterers were sorting. Something fell from the rafters. We went up there and this guy was piecing together some sort of weaponry up in the lighting rig. Now, we went to chase him. Took us a while, but we got him in the end. Pinned him to the seat. He won't give me anything. Just keeps repeating the same shit over and over again. So, I thought, well, perfect time to use my brand new hounds after the speech tonight. However, obviously he's not the only one on the job.
What has he said over and over again, so that when he says it to us, we actually know that he said it before, and then we can force him to move on from the subject.
Just some army stuff. His name, some infantry thing, and a number.
Any time.
So, possible ex-military, you're thinking?
Well, if he's ex-military,
or current military.
Our little tech guru over here might be able to pull up some info.
True.
Any tech on him? Phone? Radio?
He had nothing on him at the time. other
Bugger.
than the weapon he was piecing together, which was a very nice looking sniper rifle. And I've sent that to my team to inspect.
You mind if I take a look?
At the rifle?
Yeah,
I will get it to you after my people have finished with it.
100%.
I-
One moment. Jackson produces a folding knife from his pocket, unfolds it, and then as this guy's got a suit on, yeah?
Yes.
Literally cuts one sleeve off and pulls a sleeve off, does the same for the other, looking for tattoos, possible military tattoos.
Doesn't seem to be any military tattoos. Sorry, Echo, you were going to say something.
Do we have to take apart his clothes? Because if he's innocent, then this could look bad for us.
We can get him new clothes, Echo. It's just
And
clothes.
doubt someone innocent is going to be climbing around the rafters with a weapon in a place where there's not supposed to be weapons.
This caterer. He's been at my vampire balls doing my lighting all the time, and I've never had a bomb explode.
You're also not the prince.
Jackson, did you give
If
Zane the phone?
No, I haven't yet. I was going to organise to get his laptop returned.
Yes,
Echo,
sir.
You know this guy?
I've seen him before. He looks familiar. I use the same companies that all the Camarilla uses because that's the best.
And how many times has he catered you in the past?
I don't know his name. He just looks familiar to me.
No, okay, wait a minute.
I'm interested in this person you've gotten the 2 phones off of that your security missed so thoroughly. Did you know anything about him?
We're about to. And Jackson gets on the radio. Is my number 1 at this particular event?
Yes, you would have it here.
How about I save you some time and go find this individual, because I know
He's still
what
here,
looks like.
isn't he?
Yeah, he might have given a false name.
Oh,
And my laptop.
But
I'm going to organise your laptop. But yeah, Aaron, if you and Monroe see if this person is still in the building, as we did lock it down pretty quick, be with the rest of the guests. Hopefully they haven't gotten too rowdy as yet.
Can I see his phone?
Sure.
So
And
yeah,
I'll pass the phone to Echo.
I'm
Alright,
gonna
I'm
go.
look at his phone.
I'm gonna look at Monroe and say fetch, and then follow her out.
And in that time,
And my backpack. Need my backpack.
and in that time, Jackson will get on the radio and just Josiah, you find what colour's your backpack? I'd leave your name on it. Zane Rivera's belongings, and bring it to the sheriff office, if you please.
Yes, sir, Zane Rivera. Noted, I'll bring it in. And with that, Monroe heads for the door. You've given her that scent. She's going out the door. Easy enough done. You're going to follow her out there?
Yeah, I'll be following right behind.
Okay, cool. As you follow her out there, I'll come to you shortly since you're separated from the group. Zane, what are you doing at this point other than waiting on your backpack?
But I want the. Can I have the phone, please? Can I please have the phone, please? 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 Phone, please? Please?
I'm gonna look quickly at the phone I'm holding. Is it locked? Is there a pin?
It had been crushed slightly, I believe.
Yeah, so exactly there. Aaron had put a bit of extra force into it, and it's not busted completely, but the screen's very, very shattery looking. You can see it's got a lock key. If you touch it, it comes up with the old ... over the screen. You know, the 9 dots in a row there. It's a Samsung device, if that helps.
I'm not used to phones, Zane. Just take it.
Oh, ooh, nice.
Pip, during this time,
Right,
what are you
right.
up to?
I'm just sort of looking around in a bit of shock. Is it always like this?
No.
Jeez.
Marco says, Pip, you're going to have to get used to it. You're on the team. your knowledge in areas that can't be found on these devices, and he sort of waves his hand to Zane, who's eagerly tapping away at the phone, I imagine. He says, you can find things a little differently, and I prefer your way myself. So keep an eye and ear on everything that's going on.
Speaking
and
of
make some notes.
which, Mr. Elliot, what is your area of expertise, if I might ask?
I
mean, you look like a librarian to me, to be honest.
There you go. That's what I'm going for.
Seriously?
Yes.
You're seriously a librarian?
What's wrong with that?
Right. Well, I suppose do you have a knowledge, or do you, I mean, obviously we've all been around for a while. I mean, you have a knowledge of the city, history?
I'm fairly new as it comes to this stuff.
See. But you still have knowledge.
Yeah.
Ability to gain knowledge that we may not otherwise find through, obviously, Dane's methods.
Absolutely.
Marco interrupts again and says, look, I've chosen him for the team, Jackson. You should know. I trust him. His knowledge is good. In other areas to Zane's, you have a techno and a not so techno. It's a good thing. Also, Pip's other abilities, shall we say, come in handy. So, he's
You
on
know
the
me,
team.
I don't trust anyone.
Take him under your wing, then teach him some things he could do with it. Zane.
Yep. What?
Can you get into that phone or not?
No, I need my laptop.
Okay.
It's coming. Hold your fucking horses.
But it's got everything I need.
And it's coming. Gotta give the guy time.
I will leave you here with this soldier. I have other things to attend to, and I'll get that gun to you too, Jackson. You've got the
Please.
keys to the building. Make sure you lock it up and set the alarm at the front when you're done. I need to rest. Is there anything more you wish from me?
No, Marco, you rest. Recuperate.
Aaron, don't panic. There'll be a good... Oh, he's not in here. He's out the other side. Tell Aaron there's a good pay packet in it. I know he's not interested in doing anything for free. So
I'll take care
there's
of it.
money in it for him.
I'll take care of it. It's fine.
Yeah. If there's anything you need, call my guys. I'll get it sorted as best I can. We're not giving away everything, obviously, but we don't want to hinder anything either. We want to make sure you find these people so that our prince is at least happy with what's going on again. So the last thing we want is him upset. You know what happens when he gets upset. People kindred start dying permanently. And he goes, I bid you adieu. If there's anything else you need. No?
Oh, we're good.
All right, and he exits, but bang that side door again, leaving you guys with the soldier and whatnot. Aaron, you followed the dog out to the gentleman you met up with earlier. His name was on the back of the phone. It was on the sticker. It was Timothy Walton. Monroe takes you straight to him. He's sort of sitting on the floor, like a lot of the kindred are now, who are mumbling and grumbling, but you can see the other guards out there, the guys that you've worked with previously. They are now holding automatic weapons, something along the line of like an AR-15, and people are a lot quieter now. Kindred are a lot quieter now. They are talking amongst themselves, but no one seems to be too upset.
When I see the extra hardware, I go, nice. They don't fuck around when they want to. Timothy, come with me.
Sorry, what's happening?
No, not your time to ask questions. Come with me.
This is unbelievable. I'm one of the
Yeah. Come on, shut your mouth, move your ass.
He eventually gives up and comes with you.
Yep, take him in. Kind of like have the dog in front and me behind.
Oh yeah, okay, yep.
So, and leading him back to the others.
He says to you on the way, what's going on? What's this all about? Do you know what happened?
Yes, I do. A object fell from the sky and tried to kill us all. Now, that's enough. We've got
Okay.
some questions.
Eddie looks pretty nervous at this point. He activates Awe, and he's going to try and... I'm going to roll some dice.
Do I get to counter roll this?
Yes. I have to look that up.
I can tell you.
Yeah, you could tell me. That'd be great.
Presence versus manipulation, presence versus composure and intelligence.
There you go. Compulsion intelligence, Aaron. Thank you. I'll appreciate that whenever that can happen. Till we do.
Definitely. Because we have no freaking clue.
Yep. I have 2 successes. Not so good.
So if you get 2 or more, you will succeed.
Okay, unless he rolls higher.
If he rolls higher, then he succeeds in terms of what you're trying to do.
Right, okay, yep.
Plus, you add your presence rating as well.
Cool, Aaron, what
Let's
do you
just say for the sake of this that you get to do whatever the fuck you like.
Oh no.
Ooh, good-o. So
Yeah,
I mean, Or's not major. He's basically trying to make himself more awesome to you and sort of convince you not to take him in just yet. So he's, look, man, I can help you here. I got contacts. You want to know something? I can help you out. Don't have to take me in there with the prince, man. I don't want to face him. No.
No. You don't have to worry about the prince. He's not here.
Oh, good. Look, so just chuck us me phone, me 2 phones, the one I handed at the door and the one I gave you afterwards.
That's where I'm taking you. I'm taking you to the phones right now. So if you just keep on walking and less talking, we'll get there sooner.
And that worked in your favor because that's what he wanted. He was trying to basically persuade you to give him his phone. So you are doing what he's asking. Sweet. And he ends up going with you through to the room. In the room, just before you guys get back, one of the guards walks in with the bag and laptop for Zane. He actually brings it over to Jackson and says, Mr. Spencer, the equipment you ordered.
Yes, Josiah. How's it out the front? Are they behaving?
They've calmed down. Yeah, they definitely didn't like it when we brought out the automatics. It was much cooler.
No
And
one
you
ever
can see
does.
he's generally smiling.
No one ever enjoys automatic weapon fire, unless you're standing behind it, of course. Go, Karen, back out the front and make sure that they don't leave just yet. Still got more questions.
All right, we can start questioning them, sir, if you want, one by one.
Yeah, just do that. Start finding out names, addresses, usual stuff. I want to keep tabs on everyone.
Names, addresses is easy. We have them all on invites. We can just get a bit more details if you like. Anything in specifics other than names, addresses.
Well, not entirely sure. What do you guys think? What information do we need here?
Probably what they saw.
Witness statements, definitely.
Yeah, where they were, what they saw, and
List of +1s too.
yeah.
And email addresses.
I think we have a lot of information.
That would
Zane.
be on. Yeah, that would be on as part of the invites.
Most of these
Same
people are
part.
business owners and barons, but it'd be the +1s I think we'd be more interested in.
Yeah.
I mean,
So Aaron, that's right. You've walked in right behind this guy with the bag too.
Yeah.
And you have one Timothy Walton with you.
and just for
Matt.
context, this guy is my number 1. He is about 6'4", built. Think Kevin Nash from wrestling. He's pretty much built like him, right down to the hair. He's a big dude.
Do we have a record of like face name type deal, like a portfolio of every single
I
person?
believe we do.
Do we
Um,
have that portfolio on hand right now?
Jackson, you would have an entire list
I
on your
I
clipboard of
certainly
everyone.
do.
Yep.
Is this?
I don't have my clipboard.
Timothy?
I don't have it on me, but I would have handed that off to someone else while we were doing the walk around. But I can definitely get it.
Yeah. My thing though is this actually the guy that he said he was?
We can certainly find out. Josiah, you want to grab me the guest list and profiles?
Right, so he does that. He says, "Yes, sir," and he knows exactly where it is. It didn't take him long to come back. He will be probably 10 minutes because he's going down to the main office at the front door. But in the meantime, you guys have a few things you can discuss if you like. He's going to give the order of what you just said to ask where the people were. He's going to get that started out there, where the people were, what they saw, and who was their plus ones. Because plus ones were not on your list, so you don't know who the plus ones were exactly.
Miss Monroe. Maybe you can talk to what was this dude's name again? Aaron? Timothy?
Yeah, Tim.
Find out
Timothy
a
Walton.
little bit more about him if you want.
My assistant, his name was Sam Bishop. He was on my list. Can you make sure he's okay and waiting outside, by the way, whoever is in charge of the radio?
I'll let someone know. And I'll pass it on to the other guard as well, that once Sam Bishop has been questioned, to release him to stand outside the sheriff's door.
Okay.
Timothy. Have a
just one
chat.
quick thing.
Yes.
Storyteller.
Yes.
Did Timothy get checked by me or by the counterpart, my counterpart, on his entrance?
On his original entrance by your counterpart.
All right, cool. I want to go have a conversation with his counterpart's dog.
Okay.
Nice.
Cool.
And I'm just gonna tap the evil's character on the shoulder and just say, I'm just gonna have a quick chat with my counterpart. This because I don't understand how he missed the second phone.
Do I know this person, or is he someone that was hired?
He is one of
my guys.
Crew. Yep.
How long's he been with me for?
I would say a couple of years.
Okay.
Yep. He's definitely one you use all the time. He's not a contractor. He is one of your employees.
It's definitely someone I would trust, and he would 100% kindred. Yeah. So I'd say, sure. I trust him. He's loyal. But if you think something's not right, by all means.
But no, I don't. I'm just crossing all the I's.
As I said, if you think something's not right, deal with it.
So you go out to him, Aaron?
Yeah, I'll go out to him, have a conversation with him, and then have a conversation with the dog itself.
Cool. While you do that, Echo, what were you up to there?
I sent you a question by Landscape, but I would like to talk to Tim and ask him, Tim, is his awe still active?
It is. He's doing his best to try and come across as a persuasive, nice guy to everyone. He's definitely all active at the moment.
Do we all have to roll for that?
I would say yes.
So what was that again? Composure and
intelligence.
And replace one black with a red.
Yep.
2 successes for me.
Nice. Anyone else?
All right. So how do I do this?
So whatever dots you have in composure and intelligence.
Yep.
And then replace one of those with a red dice.
So one of those with red, and I'll get there eventually when my hand fits. All right.
And you're looking for the ankhs as successes.
So anything generally 6 or above is a success.
Okay, so the red one has an unk.
Yep.
I got 2 black with an unk. Apparently I've picked up a normal number dice, which has come up 5, and the other one's come up blank.
That's 2 successes. Your
Oh,
unks,
sweet.
your unks are your successes. Six
anything above
or
the
higher
six.
on your
6 or higher
D10s.
is a, 6 or higher is a success. You
Cool.
got a pair of unks, did you say?
Yeah.
So that's an additional 4 successes on top.
Isn't that for the ones just for the
Nice.
stars, or is that for
Yeah,
the
yeah, for
standard
the
unks?
stars.
Yeah, it's just he's
Yeah.
just got standard unks, I think.
Yeah, just standard.
Okay,
So
cool.
the red one was what's that mean?
That's just the successes. The
You're
one
not hungry.
you're not hungry if you succeed on that one.
Okay. Cool. So I failed. I assume.
Tim, what clan would you be in? Do you know? Obviously, you know.
I mean, yeah. Are you asking? Oh, sorry. You're asking clan, not
Yeah.
Seems-
Are you a toreador like me, or?
No, I'm a venturer.
Oh. Intro. And do you come here often to the prince's functions? I don't believe I know you too well.
Yes, I actually own one of the stores in the middle of town here, or in the middle of Northcote region. I don't come to all of these dues. They're not normally my thing, but I do come to some.
So you pretty much know that there's no phones allowed already, don't you?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's Camarilla rules, right? No phones, no computers, no. I mean, that guy's got a laptop.
But you forgot tonight that you had an extra one?
No, well, I keep one for my business and one for home, you see. And when I came in, I just forgot about the extra one. It's easy done.
So while that's all going on, I'm on my laptop, plug the phone up, hacking the phone, and all the information he's just given me, I've brought up on Google Maps.
Sweet. Yep. You can see his business. He makes it's what's like fine. I'm trying to think of the word for it. It's drawers and cabinetry and things like that. Cabinet maker. There we go.
So
Join
now
her.
that I've done that, I have a look at his email address. I go have a look at his Facebook. I pretty much open his entire digital life.
Do you have to roll anything for that? Are you using a special skill?
It would be for him technology and intelligence, I think.
Yeah, you're not using disciplines for it.
Yep.
It's just part of your normal.
Yep. Whatever
I've-
skill.
I've
Yep.
got technology in computers, and so
A specialized skill, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I'll go. Yeah, intelligence, technology. Give us a roll on those.
hang on then. That's a lot of dice.
Keep your dice out.
Yeah,
keep him out of the jar, dude.
Really loud.
And one blood die, yeah?
Yeah,
Your blood die is
how
whatever
many
your
hunger you've
hunger's
got.
at. So if you have more than one, then you'd replace the black die with whatever hunger die you've got.
Holy shit, really?
What'd you get?
I know nothing about him.
Oh wow,
What-
failures.
how many successes?
Okay, so the blood die I got a success,
Okay, so that's one.
and the rest I got one success.
You got 2
So
successes
that's
total.
still 2 successes, man. That's good.
Depends on the difficulty rating is what makes the difference here. So you don't know what the difficulty rating it is. The storyteller sets that. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Because all the rest were blank, and that's like 6 of them.
So 2's are fairly, as far as settings are concerned. 1 and 2 are like really easy, stuff that you would know. And this is your bread and butter, so it's not going to be a really high skill rating. So 2 successes is fine. You probably don't dive as deep as what you would have liked straight away. That takes a bit more time. But yeah, you're in there. You've got his email, you've got his Facebook, like you say. You're scrolling through, and seems pretty legit. Doesn't seem to have anything too weird going on. He's not in the public eye as much, and which would make sense. Camarilla, you don't want to be. Yep, he's got a Facebook, but it's not active. He's not using it daily. He might use it once a month. Advertises his business through it more than anything else.
Anything on his emails?
Uh,
Probably would have
Back and forth through the emails, you can see the general business emails you'd see. You can see a few kindred emails, which are, and you can tell them. You guys would all be able to tell reading anything like that. There's a lot less use of names, and it's more just back and forth talk about where to eat next and things like this. Just obviously planning for his feed, but nothing obvious that gives away any criminal activity.
Yep. So do you want me to do a roll for the phone?
I would. Yes, please. Same again. Intelligence, technology. While this is going on, anyone else doing anything there? Pip?
Pip's going to be looking over the guy in the chair, see if he can make anything out on him.
And he's coming around a little bit. He sort of sits in the chair. He's moving his neck from side to side. It's about the only thing he can move, and he sort of goes, and you see him spit blood out.
Pip will jump back a bit when he's back and be like, "Oh, he's awake."
What is this?
I'd suggest you keep your mouth shut for now. Lady's talking.
Tim, did you bring a +1 with you tonight?
No, I came alone.
All alone. Do you know this man sitting in this chair over here? Recognize him at all from... Might have catered before here?
He looks over at him and says, no. Looks familiar maybe, but no.
Would you do me a favor, Tim? Sit down. And is there any more glasses of wine left over? Glasses of wine left over?
Yeah. Yeah, there's still 2 sitting on the tray on Sheriff Marco's desk. They would be going fairly cold by now.
I hand him one anyways, and I'll say, just sit there 1 second. I'm going to talk to this other guy, and I'm going to lean over to Jackson and very quietly say, he seems to be incredibly absent of any information, which I find suspicious.
And I'll just quietly say back to her, I can handle this my way, but it'll get messy.
I'm gonna just slowly walk toward the guy in the chair. I'm not gonna answer, so I don't really know Jackson that well yet to confirm or deny if that's a good idea.
Yeah, so my roll, I got 3 inks. One of them was the one with the stars, and the blood die was 0.
Okay, so
that's just 3 successes.
3 successes and 1. So the critical on its own is nothing. It's only 2
nothing.
criticals, isn't it, magic? Yeah.
You've got to get a pair to make it count as 4. Otherwise, it's just a standard critical, a standard success.
Cool.
Awesome. So yeah, success. You dig into the phone. You're getting a bit different information in this phone. This phone does not seem to belong to one Timothy Walton. This phone belongs to one Jeremy Landis.
With that, I say, who's Jeremy Landis?
The Timothy sitting in the chair, sipping the drink, now stops and goes, he's a friend of mine. That's what he is, yep. And anything that he might have had in ore is all gone.
With that, instantly Jackson will activate Daunt.
Okay,
and I start looking at the name I just...
Yeah. So the name you're looking up, how would you... Going through Jeremy Landis doesn't seem to have any connections with any people you know, not directly anyway. All his friends and that seem to be... they don't seem to be in your circles, not in the Camarilla circles.
I'll let everybody know that.
I'm just thinking there. So you would probably know that some of the names that pop up you would recognize as maybe Anarch leaders.
Okay, yep.
Okay, so Jackson, you activated Daunt?
Yep. So basically, it's the opposite of Ore.
Yeah, okay. I'm cost free. Okay, sweet. I've got a quick sheet now, so that's good.
So obviously, if he wants to try and resist it, we resolve and composure.
Resolve and composure. I will do that.
Versus what is it for me, Bounty?
I am looking it up now.
I'm
but
pretty
keep
sure
talking.
I'm pretty sure I add my presence to it anyway. But I think it might be manipulation and
Doesn't say on mine.
something. What's it got here? It says coterie system add user's presence to any intimidation rolls. Attacking the user requires resolve and composure. I'm not attacking him, but
Okay. Resolve and composure, 1 success only. So I think you get through on that. You've got so you
so
add
it'd
your
be
presence rating, so
yeah. So
intimidation roll.
So what do we use for intimidation?
It is.
Oh, it's
It's manipulation
skill.
plus intimidation.
Yep.
Okay, so cool. So add your presence, add that. That would be 3 successes.
Yeah. So yeah, he just backs away. All of you now see, every single one of you who is looking at this man in the seat now see his face visibly, and it changes not just in the respect of he's looking scared. It actually changes. It is not. He is wearing another man's face, and it shimmers off, and he's lost control of it. He does not look like the man he looked a moment ago. Instead of clean-shaven, sort of greying businessman, he is now a younger man with like more of a goatee and a mustache. He was masked up, and now he's clearly stands up. He puts his glass down. He's like, no, I don't want any more of this. This is over. I'm out of here.
And I'll move to tackle him.
Okay, yep, easy enough done. He's backing up with his hands up, and you just tackle him down. He's not resisting. Let me go, man. God, I don't want anything to do with this. I was just here to see what the
Who
deal
are
was.
you?
I'm Jeremy Landis, like he said, and he sort of points at Zane. That's my phone.
So why the ruse?
Because I'm an anarch, man. I was just not.
I'll slam his head against the wall.
Sweet, done. You bash his head against the wall. How hard?
Hard as I can.
Oh, okay.
Not enough to kill him, but enough to definitely cause some damage.
Okay, he's going to resist that, so we'll go strength brawl versus.
Strength and brawl. Unluckily for you, I've got skills in brawl.
Oh dear.
As a that would be 4 successes.
Okay, yeah. You feel him resist. He definitely resists, and he takes some of it away with I got 3 successes.
Ooh, nice.
So you're pushing hard. You crack him into the wall, and it splits his ear. He sort of he pushes back, but he can see he's outclassed, and he stops and he says, "All right, okay. What do you want? I can tell you whatever you want. Well, I had nothing to do with any of that other shit. That fire, that's not us, man.
Sit down and answer the questions.
He sits down on the floor in front of the wall.
Don't try and move.
What's your intention in coming here, Anarch?
We were just wanted to know what the deal was about. We didn't realize the prince was going to be here. We were just trying to listen in to, see what you guys were doing, see what the Camarilla were up to. We always have ears and eyes everywhere. You should know that. You guys do the same thing to us.
Why don't you tell my friend Zane here who we is, as far as names?
Well, the whole Anarch community, like all of us.
Only you came to this function?
Yeah,
one
I'm
else?
the only one here. Yeah, we only have...
You
usually
must
only
be
have one
fairly
listener in the
important if they were to send you by yourself. Especially into the den of the Camarilla. Or they didn't like you very much.
No, it's messy if you send too many people who can get caught. All I would have done was listen and left. I'm telling you now, I had nothing to do with anything else here. I was close to that fucking thing when it went off. I don't want to be here, that shit. That's final death stuff. That's bullshit.
So now that we see who you are, do you know this gentleman?
No, like I said before, I haven't seen him.
Do I believe him?
That's something I haven't come across yet.
I'm
So
assuming it'd be
what's-
I'm assuming it'd be insight,
Yeah, is there
and
insight?
there is an insight.
Yeah, there is.
I've got it as a skill. So insight,
insight's under skills. Yep.
yeah, insight and something else is intelligence, maybe,
Don't normally cross mental
or
with
wits
that
and
social.
or wits and insight, maybe. Not sure.
I would go. What did you? So what? Yeah, you're just looking into whether he's telling the truth. I'd go composure and insight.
Composure and
please.
insight.
I'm gonna also roll.
Ooh, so I got 2 successes on black die, but I got a bestial fail on my hunger die.
Okay. You gain another point of hunger, and the creature within you stirs rapidly. You are angry, man. You want answers from this dude. The prince is mad, and even though he's mad at what's going on, he's mad at Marco. You know that the prince is mad at Marco's mad at you, and shit flows down pretty fast in this type of society. And you know that you're next in line if someone's going to get the blame. So that beast says, "Don't put up with this shit. Put this fucker away." And you can hear it in your ears. Yeah, so you've gained that point of hunger. You are angry.
I just slammed my fist down on the desk next to his head.
I got 4 successes. Do I think he's lying?
He doesn't. Yes. Oh, so both of you wouldn't think he is lying as such. He sounds pretty true when he says he's on his own. He's scared. He's definitely worried. He doesn't seem to be telling you. Since the mask disappeared, he doesn't seem to be telling any more lies. He seems to be fairly straight up. He's doesn't like the situation he's in.
Might I make a suggestion? We keep the caterer. I can keep the caterer of sell at my haven as a bait for tomorrow night, and we turn this one into the prince. Tell him what we know so far.
You-
Jackson will
Yeah.
lean into this dude and say, just with a relative grin, "It's not going to be good for you." I agree, Miss Munro. The prince is going to have some fun with this one.
And behind you, the man in the seat, tied to the seat, he's sort of dropping in and out of consciousness. Pip, you were sort of close to him at one stage there, and you can see drips blood again from his mouth, and he just slumps forward and goes, "William Edward Singh, AIF, 31st Infantry Battalion, registration number 355. And then he sort of rocks in the chair as best he can, tied to it.
Now, because I didn't catch all that, I'm going to get you to repeat it.
Sweet as.
W. Singh, I got that.
William Edward Singh, AIF, 31st Infantry Battalion, and in registration number 355. He's mumbling it through the bloody lip and swollen, but you can hear it clear enough. All of you with your hearing.
And I start searching.
So, did you get that, Zane?
Yep, searching right now.
Zane, if you Google that for real, you will get it for real.
Oh, cool.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Could be him.
So what was that again?
William Edward Singh is all you'll need to enter in.
Is he one of ours?
He sounds like one of yours.
As in Malcav.
No, the gentleman in the chair. I can tell the. Yeah, the gentleman in the chair. Is he kindred like us, or?
Yes.
I've heard there's other types.
How do you mean other types specifically? I mean, you say you're fairly new to
Yes.
the world of darkness.
There's other supernatural thingamajigs, you know.
Yeah.
No?
Shapeshifters. Witches. Of sort.
I
Yeah.
have thinking he might be Malcav and having a vision or something. You know how you guys do your thing with your
They are fucking weird.
thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe not as weird as Mr. Riviera.
I tend to. I think I agree with you there,
Weird?
Mr.
I'm not
Elliot.
weird.
Aaron, is Aaron back? Or is he still away?
No, sorry, Aaron. Where did you go to? I forgot.
He went to talk to the dude with the dog.
That's right. I forgot
Talk
about
to the
that.
dude and the dog.
And
So
the
much
dog.
going on in this room. We will switch to you, Aaron, because we've left you alone for too long. So you are over by the guard with the dog. He's still by the door with the other guards there. He's also holding a larger weapon, but he has stayed his post because it's close to the area.
So I go up to him. It's like, the gentleman that was apparently checked by you, who had an extra phone.
Oh, shit, did he?
Yeah. Is this gentleman a kindred as well?
Are
Or
you
is he
talking to the guard or the
All
dog?
my staff
the
are.
guard itself?
Okay. Yes, all the guards are kindred. Sorry, Jackson, yes, you were correct.
So he's kindred, and
Yes,
Or either kindred or gold. Most of them are kindred.
this one is kindred, yeah.
I'm just gonna like. So, what clan are you?
He's the same as you, he's a gangrel.
Okay, so your dog, you're familiar?
Actually, no. This is an Alsatian that would be on loan, like a police dog.
Right. You mind if I have a chat with it?
Sure, be my guest. No hassle.
And I want to cast what's it called? Feral Whispers,
Sweet.
and have a conversation with the dog.
Right.
Which is
Okay,
going to
Aaron.
be fun for you.
Yeah, thanks, man. So Feral Whispers. Oh, you've got Famulus, so it's free for you, isn't it? No rouse
No,
check.
actually, this one is it's a cost. I have to do a rouse check.
Oh, yeah, it was a rouse check? Okay.
So
Oh, no, Bond is free for you. Sorry, yep.
yeah, free, the bond is free because I feed my animal. I pass my rouse so I don't get hungry.
Good.
Now, do you want me to use manipulation or charisma?
I would say your choice. Are you trying? Yeah, it depends on what you're trying to do. You're just having a chat to the dog, or you?
Just having a chat to the dog.
Yeah,
Just ask the dog like if it's feeling okay because it missed.
Yeah. Okay, so that's more charisma based, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So it's 4 successes anyway.
Nice.
Which is like the best I can do. Well, not
That's-
the best, but the best I can do.
That's pretty good.
So yeah, 4 successes. Yeah, but say I asked the dog like, is he, is it male?
Is it male?
Is it a male dog or is it a female dog?
Right. Okay. Yeah, it's a female dog.
Okay, so ask her if she's okay, if she's feeling okay.
Her name is Jess. Just you would have heard the guard call her that when you guys were heading into the building.
Yeah, so ask Jess if she's okay. And
Yep. She
and-
says, in dogs speak. She says, "Yes, I'm okay. Are you okay?"
yeah, I'm excellent. I'm having a great old night. I'm just wondering, like you missed, like you brought in to like discover technology and you missed something. So I'm just wondering, like, is this a normal thing for you, or?
I mean, I got all technology, didn't I? And cocks her head to the side, looks up at you.
No, you missed one.
Oh,
I'm actually wondering if you've missed more than just one. If you've missed one.
that's unusual. Didn't miss anything today on my main job, but second job tonight. I'm a little tired. A little
what
hungry.
was
Got a
the first
bone?
I pull out a little treat and throw it at her.
Yeah, and she's like any dog would.
Yeah, and it's like that. So, what's your first job?
Airport. It's sniffing drugs.
Explains it then. Okay. Did you find any today?
Yes. We had. I think it was. The boss said something like 10 kilos of cocaine.
Yeah.
She's fucking high as a kite.
completely understand. I just scratch her behind the ear and say, "You're a good dog," and stand up
Thanks.
and say, as I'm walking off, going, "Fucking druggo dogs, Jesus."
Sweet. So you're happy with that? You're not questioning it anymore.
Yeah, I'm not gonna question it anymore because it's like, yeah,
Good as. Okay, you head back to the team.
head back to the team.
Inside, you guys still have this anarch on the ground. He's bleeding from one ear where Jackson's smashed him pretty hard against the wall. He's still sitting on the floor, and every once in a while, this military man is mumbling. Zane, you were looking him up. How did you go?
Muted, trash.
Yeah, muted, trashy.
Yeah, so after I looked him up, I turned to him and go, Billy, is that you, Billy?
He repeats what he said earlier. He's William Edward Singh, AIF, 31st Infantry Battalion, registration number 355. Blood.
Billy!
Yeah. Who are you?
What you doing, mate? You all right?
I want you to roll. I'm going to get you to roll. I'm going to say persuasion, manipulation.
Okay, there's that one. Okay.
I'm going to roll.
Is it wise to have the Malk doing our mouthpiece right now, perhaps?
I was gonna say the same. Jackson's just kind of perplexed, watching
So,
all this unfold.
I got 2 successes.
I also got 2 successes. So he repeats, William Edward Singh, AIF, 31st Infantry Battalion, registration number 355. And he just rotates every time you ask him something.
Zane, what did you find?
Private William Edward Billy Zing.
So he is a soldier.
From 1886.
With that, Jackson just barks. Attention, Private Singh.
Okay, are you using an ability for this, or you just
I'm
gonna shout orders?
Daunt's still up.
Dawn's still up, of course. Yep. So go. You'll be intimidation. So yeah,
100%.
manipulation, intimidation.
Do. Ooh, 4 successes.
Oh, that's not good.
That was a good roll.
No, you've got me. He looks up, sir, and he tries to lift his arm, but it's tied to the seat, and the chair sort of moves. He's about to salute, sir.
Mission parameters, Private.
Mission parameters. Put weapon together. In rafters. Wait. Signal. Fire. Explosive shot to neck.
Target.
Target Prince.
Commanding officer.
Commanding officer. No such name.
Who gave you orders, Private?
Same people who always give us orders. The Ministry.
I'm going to take the heel of my shoe and drive it into his heart.
Whoa.
Sings.
Okay.
Whoa.
Couldn't have done it better myself, to be honest.
So he's pinned and
So he
can't-
would
unconscious
be
again.
into
Could go back to
torpor.
torpor. Yeah.
Yep. And
Yeah,
that last
correct.
word he said, Ministry. scratch that. It was Sabat. I read the wrong
Okay,
sentence.
but either way, still would have got the same reaction, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
What's happening with Tim right now?
Yeah, how did he
He's just-
react to it?
Yeah, he's freaking out in the corner. Back sort of sitting where he was. He's like, Sabat in here? What? You guys have got more shit going on than you realise.
Well, you got a whole lot of shit going on soon when you meet the prince. Believe you me. So I wouldn't be worried about anyone else right now.
I reiterate that maybe we leave one as bait to lure the others away to us and turn one in.
Well, I'd say we turn this little maggot in and let's keep Sleepy over here as bait. Obviously, Sabat have gotten cocky.
So I walk in and go, Sabat, what?
It appears
Drug
we
dog.
have a Sabat assassin in our midst.
What? Tim's a Sabat assassin?
Oh, no, he's an anarch. We're going to leave him for the prince. Talking about this fucker over here.
Okay. Well, I worked out why he got the phone through. The dog was high. Found some cocaine earlier today.
Right. Airport.
Next
bad.
time, probably
Yeah.
not a good idea to hire dogs that have already worked
Right.
that day.
Yeah. We're shorthand, short notice. It makes sense now. Right. I'll take that under advisement. But yeah. Anarch,
So, wait.
Sabat. Yeah, pretty crazy shit.
Question.
what, they're both trying to kill the prince at the same time?
Don't think the Anarch is, but he's just wrong place, wrong time. He's going to get his shit fucked up by the prince. I mean, that's... Fuck the Anarchs.
Go ahead, Zane.
There's cameras around outside.
Outside, yeah.
Outside, yep.
Where's the? Is there a control room? Is it Wi-Fi?
No, it'd be hardwired.
Correct, Jackson. I was exactly saying the control room's right up the front. There's like a separate office. It's the only place that has any technology in the building, basically any fancy technology.
I will get one of my lads to come back and take him there. They can plug in.
Cool.
Oh, plug in.
You radio through. No sooner than that's done.
You're creeping me out, man. Just shut up. Just fuck off. Go do your computer geek shit and come back and tell us what you find.
Yeah, guard comes in pretty quickly and takes Zane out. Right this way, sir. I can take you down to the main office, bottom floor, and you can get what you need there.
Awesome.
Pip, what are you doing at this time? Seen all this crazy going on for the first time in your entire life, more crazy than you've ever seen in one night.
Pip's just in a bit of shock. What's a Sabat and what's an Anarch and what am I doing here?
Are you new? Are you fresh?
Yeah, he definitely...
A little bit.
I think
fresh
so.
for this.
Aww.
I know you.
You do? Or Jackson?
He doesn't know me. I mean, do you know me? Shit, I mean, I know her too. I mean, this is Mr. Monroe. Echo Monroe,
Yes.
you know.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
of course, he's a librarian. Of course he's going to know who you are.
Yeah.
Oh.
It all makes sense now.
Yeah. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, the books on, yeah.
How
So what?
How-
now?
how new are you to this life?
A couple of months. Give
Oh
or take.
shit!
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Wow.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
your sire around, or?
To be young again.
I don't know if I can remember back that
What?
far. To be fair, been a
Yeah.
while.
It's complicated.
Right. Well, shall we? Where's Marco and all this? He left, eh? Sheriff Marco?
Yeah,
He
correct.
left?
He went out. He said he had to go and sort himself out. He was feeling pretty bad after
Did we
being burned up.
Would I know where he's gone within the building?
He would be. So there's a sub basement type area, and that's where he would have gone to.
Okay.
He's
Uh,
reachable by internal phone means.
Okay. So
just
there's
no
a phone
in
on-
this office.
No phone in this office. Where is the closest phone?
It would be probably in that same front office where Zane is headed to.
I'll just say to everyone, Miss Munro, obviously he's not going anywhere. He has a shoe sticking out of his chest. But we make sure this guy doesn't go anywhere. I'm going to go give Marco a call and see if we can put him somewhere for the prince to deal with.
Very
Why
well.
don't we just stake him too and
Yeah,
leave him right here?
I think the prince would like to have some fun with him. Little fresh meat, if you will.
So,
I'll be back. And I'll leave the room and go make that call.
this dude's playing both sides. He's playing as a Camarilla, but he's actually a anarchist.
Yeah,
Or
looks
is
that
he
way.
just a businessman trying to fuck everyone over? Like a true businessman.
He's sitting there in front of you still, right? So
Yeah.
he's like, oh, I told you, man, I'm an anarch. I told you the truth. And he looks at Echo. I'm a Ventru, but I've been anarch for a while now. I've left the camera. You guys should think the same. They only want to control everything you do. But yeah, sure, keep the masquerade, but don't live to their shitty rules. They're old and doddery. Since when do you listen to your grandparents? When you're a baby, you know nothing. Then you know a fuck heap load in the middle of your life, and when you're old, you know fucking nothing again. They all think we should have no phones and no computers. What a waste of time. No wonder they get fucking laid on
that-
like this.
That's why
Slowly
we're
unbuckle my
independent,
other
man.
shoe.
You take off your other shoe.
I like this Echo. I really do.
Aaron, so you said, sorry, that's why
That-
you're...
That's why we're independent.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's a good way to go, but the Anarch got it going, man. We still want to control some things. We just want people to be able to do what they want to do as well. Man, imagine if the prince here was one of us. These soirees would be...
Oh, no!
Should I? He's back. Should I? I look at
shit.
everyone. Should
Froze up
I?
there for a moment.
Oh dear, I didn't notice. Nothing happened on my end, sorry.
I hold up my shoe, like
Okay, yep.
waiting permission for the group.
Jeremy, what size shoe do you wear? Because I believe you're going to have an extra one.
He gets the point. He's like, okay, all right. Can I just go, man? All I did was listen. I can't do anything with that speech. Okay, yay, the Camarilla want to take everything over. Whoa, we've heard that one before. I was just trying to see who owns what businesses and that. We thought it was a business meeting.
We could use you to find out about the Anarchs a little bit.
Yeah, yep. If that means I can go free, then absolutely.
I know
That'll be
I'm
up to the prince.
pretty new, but I don't think the prince would want us to let him go.
No.
You guys in the room? Anyone?
This-
So,
All this
Echo.
politics shit's the reason why I'm out of it.
Good call. Aaron, Pip, Echo, you have the one guy with his shoe through his heart, sitting there doing nothing, and the other guy's still awake. Is there anything else you'd like to do before I cut over to Zane in the front office?
Just every time that Aaron speaks, I get a little unnerved, and I've been watching him kind of the whole time as I'm trying to keep cool. If anyone notices.
I'm just walking around the room, opening drawers, just looking for, little things that I could take.
Pip pays attention to everything.
So you'll see Aaron walk over to the drawers, Sheriff Marco's desk, open one up. The first thing you see, Aaron, is a revolver in the first drawer you open. There's paperwork under it, and it's just a 6-shooter revolver. It doesn't seem to be loaded, it's empty, but that's the first drawer you open. It's 3 drawers on the one side of the desk. Paperwork, basically about this building, this place, there are bits and pieces that note caterers they hired, the pianist, his sort of background, where he come from, bits and pieces about anyone who'd been in the building tonight in the second drawer. The other drawers are generally just the usual office paperwork you'd find. Till you get to the other side, there's one drawer that's locked.
Really? It's locked, you say? No key visible, I take it?
No visible key, no.
Anything on the desk that could be used as a persuasion device?
There's a bunch of pens.
No, that's not really. I was thinking more something like a
Paper clips, yep.
Yeah, okay, yeah. A paper
One of
clip.
the
I'm
other
gonna
drawers with
sit
some
down,
paper
I'm
clips and tags.
gonna, yeah, fold the paper clip out and try to like pick the lock.
You're going to give it a go, eh? Yeah.
I'm gonna
That
give
will
it a go.
be dexterity and so different to D&D. Dexterity and I don't know
Larceny.
what.
Probably security or
Oh, yeah.
something like that.
Larceny looks like
Yeah,
it works.
dexterity and larceny normally.
Good call.
That's a very small pool. Very small pool. Yeah, I failed that. Just a success on the blood dice.
Yeah, nah. You wiggle around for a few seconds and nothing. It seems a little more intricate than just a budget desk lock. It's pretty fancy. He's obviously keeping something important in there.
Yeah, okay. That's okay. Just keep on going around, just looking.
Sweet. You don't really see anything else of interest in the room unless there's something specific you want to look for. But otherwise,
no, just how you just go through like.
Yep.
It's like, okay, cool. Open this drawer. Oh, okay.
no, all good. With that, we'll go to front office. Same. Down in the front office, that leads you to the security system. There is some old school looking CRT type monitors here. They are jacked in the old school way with a general RJ45 type plug. They are black and white. The monitors aren't giving you any color, but they do have a videotape system that videotapes things.
So I grab out my laptop, I rummage through my backpack and get the necessary equipment to hook up to the cameras.
It takes a bit of splicing and dicing, but you generally would carry some cables and stuff that would do your job, I imagine. I'm not going to make you do anything crazy for that. It's easy enough to hook up to. People do it all the time.
So I'm just going to load up a program to record all the video that was done on the surveillance.
Sweet.
And then while doing that, I'll use facial recognition to scan everyone's face that the cameras caught.
Cool. You are going to take some time to do this because it's all on videotape. You're going to have to hit the play button and record it.
You're going to be there for hours.
For 7 hours to get everything you need.
And I'm going to love it.
In this 10 minutes that you're starting to do this, Jackson, you also walk into this front office to get to the...
I'm imagining I'm seeing him with a laptop set up, wires running from the laptop to like a junction hub running to like 3 or 4 different manual tape recorders, giggling like a schoolgirl. I'm just going to look at him, sort of cock an eyebrow and just shake my head and go for the phone.
And Zane, while you, just before I get to Jackson, just give me an intelligence and technology roll, please.
All right. I should already know what that is, but anyway, 4.
Okay, yeah. You know that it's multiple video players here. If you can just grab another couple of leads, you could cut this time down by a third because you can do 3 at once. You just need another couple of leads. Rummaging through your bag, you'd find them, and away you go. You can cut it from 7 to roughly 2.5, 3 hours.
Well, I got 1 success.
Oh, you don't have the leads you need, though. You're stuck there for 7 hours, my friend.
Awesome.
Jackson, you wander in and you can see the phone on the wall.
Yep, I just grabbed the phone and I would assume that I would already have the appropriate extensions to contact Sheriff Marco.
Yep, no extension needed. You know the direct dial to that area of the Basement.
I'll ring through. Sheriff Marco. We've got some information. Man in the chair.
Yeah.
Sabat
Go ahead.
assassin.
What now?
Sabat.
Are you shitting me?
No fucking shit. He has been retorpid. We're going to take him as bait.
How did you get that from him? He was just spurting some army shit.
Rivera had found information which I was able to use to get information from him. Seems that Rivera's going to come in relatively handy. More so than I thought.
Maybe I did choose the right hounds. That's quick work.
I'm not fond of Malcavs, but useful.
You'll do me a favour and take care of Pip. Put him under your wing. Like or not, he needs to be taught.
He's definitely new. And I think you know what I mean by new, as in new blood.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I know. I know him well, actually. He
Right.
needs to be taught the ways, though, and he has got some good skills.
I'm sure we can put him to good use.
Nonetheless,
The other piece of information, an Anarch spy, the second cell phone, Anarch in disguise. I'm assuming Prince Taylor would love to have a chat.
so the Sabat and the Anarch are working together on this?
Don't think so. I think the Anarch was wrong place, wrong time. Either way, I'm sure the Prince will have some fun. Release some of that tension from this evening's events.
Okay,
If the Prince doesn't want to have fun with him, I'm quite sure I could.
the Prince will. But I think what we'll do, bring those two down here. We'll put them in the dungeon. We've got lockups down in the subsection here.
Miss Echo, Miss Monroe, has the ability to take care of our Sabat spy for the time being. I think it'd be best if we keep him off-site. We can use him to gain more information.
So I'll keep the
away
Anarch
from the
here,
Prince.
You want Sabat?
Yeah,
If you feel it pertinent.
I think so. I think this Sabat might have more information which we can get after he's healed a little. He's been a little banged up.
Yes. Yes, I hit him hard with my coffee mug earlier. Multiple times.
Yeah, we're definitely going to hit him some more, but need to get more information first. I think he's
Jackson,
more there.
You listen to me. Don't you lose him.
Oh, we won't lose him.
He's Sabat. I want him staying with us.
Miss
Right,
Echo,
I'll
Miss Monroe has a uncanny way of things. I'm quite taken by her skill and quickness to react. I think was definitely a wise choice in this matter.
Good. She wasn't actually on the original list. One of the dead kindred were, but
Not as
She's gonna
vicious
work out well.
as me and some of my guys, but he's got a streak. I like
look,
it.
listen. I'll get my guys to bring the Anarch down here. You just hold him there for a moment longer. Up
You
in
want
my
us?
office.
Do you want us to torpor him before, or
Yeah, shut him up. Anarchs are full of crap. Up in my office, you'll find a couple of drawers on my desk. One of them's got a revolver in. And the other one on the other side, there's one that needs to be unlocked. It's just for looks. There's a button under the desk. If you hit the button, you'll find the drawer will open. There's a key inside it. I've got a safe house for you guys. Your new group of hounds, your coterie of hounds, we shall say. I want you to live, breathe, eat, and sleep in the same space until this is all done. That key will
if
lead
you're
you
sure
to-
that's necessary? Definitely.
I
Is
think it is.
there space for our friend?
You'll have to make do with what you've got, I guess. But yes, there should be enough space.
As in a secure space for the assassin?
You may have to organise something from your.
I'm sure we can manage something.
Yeah, but you'll find at the place in the upper side of North Melbourne. There, it's an old house. We use it for positions like this. Really,
Is the address in the drawer also?
The address is with the key. Yes, correct.
I'll give that information to Rivera. He can make sure that Everyone has it.
Excellent. Right. If that's all,
That's it for now.
excellent. Good work. Keep it up. And he hangs up.
Rivera, what are you doing?
What? Waiting.
How long are you going to be?
I look over at the computer. I look at the old VHS. Too long.
Well, I'll leave a couple of my guys here then. When you're done, they'll have an address for you. Make sure the rest of the group have this address. I'm sure by now you have probably memorized all our names and our email addresses and such, as your types seem to do frequently. You probably already knew already. I mean, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Right. Make sure that they get the information. It's a safe house. When you're done here, meet us there.
Okay. Well, I can't go back to my place?
No.
But I like my place. My place is...
I like my place too, but orders. You're now a member of a new coterie.
Oh, bugger. Oh, well.
It's not to say you can't go back to your place, but you will have to be staying at this new address. But be there when you're done here. We can discuss this further.
I will, after I've been to my place. I've got a few things I need to get.
Whatever. Just make sure you get there and bring the information.
I will.
And as I walk out, I'm assuming the guy that took him there is probably still there with him.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
I'll give him the same information. Make sure he gets there. Don't let him fucking wander around town. I mean, for fuck's sake. I mean, look at him. He's all over the fucking place. Just make sure he gets there in one piece.
Sweet. Yes, sir. I will do that. And with that, you know that the sheriff on the phone live, eat, sleep, breathe together. You guys can go to your own houses and whatnot. He just wants you to have a convenient place that you can convene. And with that, I think we should end right there because we hit the 10:30 mark and we're probably only about 3 hours into our first night. So
awesome.
3 to 4 hours. So thanks everybody. That's cool.
Ooh, fun.
Try to get around the table as much as I can to try not to miss anyone, but we'll settle into it a bit easier. A few crazy rules here and there.
Oh, we'll get there. I mean, once we start learning what roles are for what, I think that's going to be the key. A bit of research will certainly help as well.
Just keep magic nearby. And
exactly.
I'll be here. Don't worry. So
100%.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So obviously a big thank you to Magic the Gamer for dropping in and playing the role of Mr. Prince Squizzy Taylor. Characters don't call him Squizzy, he'll fuck you up.
Yeah, thanks, Magic. Appreciate it. Mate.
But yeah, awesome, dude. Appreciate it very much.
The ad lib in the second part was really good too, mate. Did appreciate the character there.
And of course, a big thank you to our cast and our storyteller for providing our homebrew chronicle, Blood and Belief, and our players for playing their respective parts. We probably should do a quick round robin, I guess. The usual standout moments. We could probably keep that tradition going. And we'll start with me because I'm a player, not a storyteller this time.
I'll remember. I'll do that from now on.
Yeah. We'll definitely do that. So yeah, for me, I think the first thing that stood out was trashy Zane. Just I mean, I expected quirky, all over the place character, and you didn't disappoint at all. That was so well done. And then the shoe in the chest. I was like, whoa, okay. That I didn't expect from a Toreador, but well done. It took me by surprise, but it was a good surprise. It was fun. Well done moment.
Cool. Zane? Trashy?
I'm loving it. This is fun. Yeah, Magic, awesome. Love the Prince.
Cool.
But yeah, loving it, loving the whole thing.
Good work.
But yeah, just got to work out those dice rolls.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't think it'll take long.
You learn your own things sooner or later. Yanti.
I like the cocaine sniffing animals in the story. I love how that was on the fly and just And I love Pip.
That wasn't on the fly.
I love Pip a lot. Yeah, he cracks me up. The very subtle nuances of Pip. That's it.
Yeah, I think Pip's going to be a bit of a background character that's just going to shine.
I'm sure I heard the Dewey system there.
Definitely.
Mr. Sadiq.
Yeah, the having the prince almost assassinated on the first night was interesting. The shoe, yes, definitely. I actually live with her, and that's what she's like in real life. So save me now. No, just kidding. She's a lovely woman. She really is.
Help me.
It's going to be interesting playing it, and at the same time, it's like building the dice pool. Like watching VTM and actually doing it's completely different. Like you sit there and you go, oh yeah, they just roll, and it's like, oh yeah, I've got this many successes, and nothing happens. It's like, ah, crap. So I'm sitting there, one roll, just all blank, and I'm there going, oh fuck, that's not good. It did nothing.
Thankfully, there's not a ton of dice roll.
Yeah, well, not yet at least. We're only just starting.
Depends on what you do.
And having a drug dog, that was interesting.
That cracked me up.
Magic.
Oh look, for everybody that is new to VTM, well done. As said earlier, it's going to take a while to get used to the new systems, but what I liked was obviously Jackson doing his thing, just acting as a Bruja should. Sadiq just casually sitting in the sheriff's office before the prince came in, just not giving a fuck.
Typical gangrel.
Yeah, is exactly it. And for those that don't know, Bruja and Gangrel clans, they don't really see eye to eye very much. So for that arrogance in the presence of the prince, fucking bold move.
100%.
Yanti with the Toreador skills, just trying to be persuasive. Use those charms is exactly what a Toreador will do. So exactly right. And of course, bloody Malkies. That's all I can say.
Two of them in the
But definitely, for the storyteller point of view, I think we've all touched on it. But definitely the opening scene or the opening part where there was that little twist. You wouldn't have expected that first up straight away, but yeah, that was very well done.
Thanks.
Oh yeah, that's the other one. Actually having a real person that was a sniper.
Oh, dude, yeah, I googled that myself. It's like, holy crap, you've used an actual soldier.
That was nice. That was
an actual sniper soldier.
So
an Australian soldier at that.
Every name down I say, you're going to find a lot of Googling going on. I've been doing my research.
That's
hours,
yeah.
I want it realistic as I can.
That is awesome. I mean, yeah, using an actual Aussie soldier is fucking cool.
Pip.
Oh man, it was great. I think the standout moment for me, and you've all sort of touched on a few, but is the prince in that second bit. And I was like literally shaking, like he was yelling at me, and I was going to suffer if he did not have his way. It was just great. Drug sniffing dogs, neediness for the phone, the shoe, Mr. Spencer just taking charge. Great.
Sweet. And for me, guys, it's new characters is a really good thing. We're playing D&D. That the only moment that felt D&D to me in that whole thing was maybe the dog talk, but the rest of it just felt like a very different game, which was good.
Yeah.
I found that I was able to. I know because leading in the front of the game, I had to sort of give a lot of description. I probably maybe didn't have to, but I felt like it sets the scene. And then I got to sit back while you guys chatted, which is a real difference to a lot of the games that I play of D&D, which I'm hoping we get a bit more of.
The D&D,
as long as,
like you say, I think the D&D is definitely a lot more DM involvement than this sort of setting.
Yeah, because it's not. I mean, there's not so much the DM controlling all the baddies in the middle of a room. I mean, there's a little bit of that, but I guess the interactions are more personal based now. But everyone's character definitely was a separate standout. Like I just like the way that Jackson did take charge, shove that anarch against the wall. Zane's compulsion for the phones and whatnot. Echo handling, the people in the crowd walking away, and then the stiletto through the heart. We've all mentioned it's just a really good idea. Aaron's character is that Sadiq, the crack up. It's just so good. Really like the dingo idea. I think that's cool. And played it well. And I felt the same as Magic when you sat down and stuck your feet out and just relaxed in front of the prince. And I'm roll on to Magic with that. Felt that you played that out really well. That you were really smashing that chair to bits, showing him that you were really angry. And then Peregrine, is as awkward as I was expecting, which is good. So good. You read the character sheets and you just get such a better portrayal of it when you guys are acting it. So awesome guys. Really, really appreciate being a part of this story. So.
And thank you, chat, for hanging out with us as usual. Everyone that stopped by to be involved with us in the story and put up with our shenanigans. And of course, our trip ups and mistakes we're going to make through the first few sessions of this, which is bound to happen, learning dice rolls and what have you.
I think it's going to happen through the entire campaign.
Oh, probably. I mean, we still do it in D&D. I mean, to be fair, we still stop and make decisions and try and figure shit out. So, obviously, just another quick disclaimer: any references to anyone living or dead is not meant in any way, shape, other than pure entertainment. We're not depicting these people as nice people or bad people or whatever. It's just they're there as part of the story to make the story have a little bit more depth and a little bit more soul. So hopefully no one takes offense to any of that. If you do, it's more of a you problem than an us problem, because that is not how it's intended. But thank you so much for hanging out with us. We will be back. Well, I will be back here on next Wednesday night for the Curse of Strahd, along with these fine folk. Or some of these fine folk, anyway. We're back Monday night, tomorrow night for some gaming, with more Diablo 3, Trashy and Mr. Grimm, and whoever else wants to come and hang out. Want to come and play some Diablo 3. I think we're almost at level 70 on those characters. I think 66 is where my character's at for that. So we're getting close to the level 70 stuff, so then we can start changing out level 70s for those that have level 70s in Diablo 3 already, and come and do that on Monday night. Friday night, back over on Yanti's channel for the Icespire Peak campaign, the continuance of that. I think we left off, we're about to get eaten by a dead dragon. So
we're about to all get killed.
So definitely come along and see that. And then, of course, next Sunday night, back here for session 2 of our Vampire Masquerade Chronicle. This VOD will be available on my YouTube no later than Wednesday. So make sure you keep, if you're not on my YouTube, !YT, hit the subscribe button, catch up with anything you've missed. All the VODs for previous campaigns are there, and this will be no different. There'll be a whole new playlist for the Vampire Masquerade. You blame Vilfin. Hey, wasn't my fault. But anywho, we're going to raid. Aussie DevFro. They are another Australian D&D stream. We're going to go check you guys over there. So make sure, if you're not following them, make sure you hit that follow button when you're over there. If you are a sub, hit the any of the emotes, drop them in the channel when you join, and show them the love. Until then, guys, I'll see you tomorrow night for some gaming. Bye-bye.